Let's bring the mic over here. Good afternoon. Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator. And welcome back to Yerevan, Armenia, where we landed last night on the stream in Arkia Airlines. Today we are doing, what is this, Flight 90, I believe? Let me get my description up here. We're on our World Tour, Microsoft Flight Simulator World Tour Leg 90. We're flying into every country in the world via real commercial flights, or as real as we can get. Not always the right plane, but we're trying. We're at Zvartnots International Airport in Yerevan, Armenia. We're going to be flying to Larnaca International Airport in Lafkos Klarides, Larnaca, Cyprus. And this flight's based on Wizz Air 4550, and it's usually flown in an Airbus A321, but I'm going to be using the Airbus A320 with FlyByWire's excellent A32NX mod, with the Wizz Air livery created by Selçuk Dikalitaz. Alpha India Group's traffic, that's where we're getting the planes around us, and Bijan Habashi's great 4-season pack. Yeah, I have to update that. Give me 1 second. That's not going to help you guys on YouTube. I have that donate link on YouTube, but it is wrong. Let me... kind of sucks. Still updating it on my descriptions. There we go. I want to go to the stream. I mean, if you donate by that one, it's fine too. There you go. Donate. Stream elements. Someone can pin that message. I think you can pin it. Alright. So let's get going here. We got the nice Wizz Air livery. Just the stock one. I think we'll be flying Wizz Air again, and we'll be flying into, I believe, Budapest, and there's a really cool one for that. And there's, I believe that's Armenia Air Company. That was the plane I was going to fly from Israel originally, but I never was able to get a paint job for it. Scat. Ural. They're all very short, little stubby planes. These are all like A319s or something. Usually you can find it really cool. What is this? Airbus A320. It looks so much... Well, that one kind of looks the same as us, right? Those two next to us look a little stubby. They look like A313s. Yeah, if you can pin the message, Sasha, that'd be great. I mean, I could, but I'd have to pull up the other window. Hey, Cecilia Eurita, welcome to the stream. Harith Al Shawani, welcome to the stream. Also, yeah, we've already landed in Baghdad. That was a few flights ago. We flew from, I believe we flew from Azerbaijan down to Iraq. Landed in Baghdad. So you can, it's on the channel. Go back. I can't remember which flight, but it's only a few flights ago. You can go back and you can watch that one, and you can jump to the landing if you want. See it? I don't think we're going to be heading back to Baghdad anytime soon. But thank you for stopping in on this 90th flight of the World Tour. Let's get the flight started and try to figure out where my music went. I love it when Spotify puts in like a stupid ad and it knocks out your music after 2 songs. Alright. So we got I already got my fuel entered, so we'll have that getting on board. Parking brake is on. Flaps are 0 or retracted. Ground spoilers are retracted. Ignition switch normal. Master switches for the engines are off. Make sure the throttle is, or thrust is at idle. Just gonna start turning up the lights when we turn the power on, where we want them. I believe local time, I'm not doing live time, so local time is, this flight takes off usually, I believe 10 in the morning, something like that, 10, 11 in the morning, so that's the time I have set. Not live time. Live time, it's about midnight or 1 in the morning over there in Armenia. Alright, gear is down, landing gear is down, anti-skid and nose wheel steering is on. And I heard something click. I didn't mean to click something. Wipers are off. Oh, we can go over here. Battery 1 and 2. External power on. Alright. I know I have VATSIM on. But I'm not gonna use VATSIM today. We actually are gonna fly through. There is Turkish area coverage. Well, let's turn it on. We'll fly through the Turkish area coverage. They're just gonna ask us to identify ourselves. That's all we're gonna really get because we're gonna go out for our takeoff and our landing. We'll sign in and get those hours. External power on. I didn't turn on my integrated lighting up here. Lets me know it's on. Strobe light on. Crew oxygen supply, ground control. Nav 1, 2, and 3. Get those starting to align. Seatbelt signs. Stay off. We're still fueling. Emergency lights armed. Let's go on the flight computer really quick. Get this flight initialized. Oops. We want to go. Let's see. Sasha Broom. I can't pin it. Only you can. Oh, that's weird. I would think you'd be able to. There we go. Should be pinned now. Should be pinned now for you guys. Alright, that's just the donate thing because I think in the description it's wrong. I can always update that. Sicilia Rita, land of persecuted people to a disputed land between Hellas and Turkey, Greece and Turkey. Yep. Yeah, we're in that part of the world where there's a lot of disputes, and I'm not going to comment on the disputes, really. I'm just going off of, hey, this is the territory. And I'm trying to check off every territory. I don't know if Atlanta counts Northern Cyprus as a territory. I did fly into Northern Cyprus and Cyprus when I did the X-Plane version of this world tour. And I actually flew to some of these places already over there. And I actually did fly to the 2 places on the island of Cyprus. My little world map that I have doesn't distinguish between the 2. But it doesn't do that with every one of them. Okay, we got our information. Wiz 4550, Uniform Delta Yankee Zulu to Lima, Charlie Lima Kilo. Estimated time 2 hours. We'll go back to our weights and balances and get the passengers on board. For weights and balances purposes, only 128 passengers today. Wow. Okay. Pretty slim pickings on this flight. Also going to start up Pack X for slightly different. Well, also simulate passengers. 128 passengers, cruise 38,000. Let's see if we have boarding music for Wiz. We do not. Oh well. And I doubt we have a custom safety brief. Surprising that I don't. And we'll put. They just have an in-flight entertainment system, let's say. All right, there we go. So passengers are coming on board. In Pack X, they come on board the wrong direction, I think. They just randomly come on Pack X, but in the A320, they actually come in, last rows first, and then obviously first class comes on last. Over there. All right, so turn up these screens. Gonna do our engine APU fire tests. Tango Romeo, November Charlie, aka Northern Cyprus, and EU member Cyprus both claim Nicosia as the capital. I think I flew into Nicosia, and that was my flight into Northern Cyprus. Back in X-Plane. But we're going to be flying into Larnaca, which is, I don't believe in dispute, or it's in dispute, but it's clearly in the Cyprus, the area that's recognized as Cyprus currently. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know a ton about the whole Cyprus situation. Alright, let me sign into, let me get VATSIM connected, even though we don't have coverage right here. PC, flight 4550 in the A320, connect. Okay, we don't have any coverage right now. Make sure the flight plan is filed. Alright, and when we get into range of the control over Turkey, we'll check in with them and then check back out. Meanwhile, we'll use the in-game ATC, which is a disaster. Request IFR clearance for instrument flight plan.
Yerevan ground WIZZ 1123 IFR to Larnaca ready to copy.
Wiz 1123 is cleared to Larnaca Airport as filed. Take off runway 09 climb and maintain 15,000 feet. Departure frequency is 124.0 squawk 7111.
Alright. Wiz
1123 cleared to Larnaca Airport as filed. Take off runway 09 climb and maintain 15,000 feet. Departure on 124.0 squawk 7111.
Celia's on her flight sim doing this exact route. Okay, welcome. Yep, Yerevan. You're welcome to come along for the flight. I'm not on multiplayer, so we're not going to be able to see each other. And I don't know if you're on the same flight sim. Yo, AJTV, welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining in. Sorry there was no stream this morning, but need to just take a little time to be able to just set some other things up. Was working on some emotes, custom emotes for the Twitch, and future on YouTube, eventually, hopefully. And then was also made some waffles for breakfast, and had to do some tax stuff.
0700 wind tree 24 visibility 6. Sky condition no clouds below 12,000. Temperature -3. Dew point 10. UNH 29.71. ILS runway 09 in use. Landing is.
Alright, so we got our ATIS. My FlyByWire A320, the engines won't start. Do you have the APU on? Or are you still connected to ground power, or do you have the APU on? I don't think that really matters. I don't think it simulates it perfectly, but if you don't have any power, your engines won't start. Are you using the latest version? Did you download the latest stable, or the latest development, or the latest experimental? Experimental is not stable. Stable is also not stable. Probably the most stable version of the three is the development version, which is kind of strange to think about. So I couldn't tell you. I've had that problem. I've had problems where I couldn't get engines started. So you might, make sure that you have power for the plane. But otherwise, I couldn't tell you. Yeah, that sucks. I hate it when that happens, and I've had it happen when I'm recording a video, doing a stream, trying to do a stream. Alright, so we got our flight plan, or we got our initial clearance or whatever, so let's get into the flight computer. Just 2 more sections to load for the passengers and the cargo. Where am I going? So our alternate today, bring up the flight plan for you guys. Flight plan, alternate today, Lima Tango, Alpha India. That's actually, I think, Anatolia. We're gonna be flying there at some point for a viewer requested flight on Pegasus Airlines between Istanbul and Antalya. No promises when that's gonna be though. Flight number 4550, cost index 47, cruise 380, flight level 380. Go to our flight plan, and we got a little bit of stuff we gotta put in here. So the first point is Indir. Indir's in. We're taking airways, so we click on the left, click on the right of airways, and the VIA we put in our airway, which is Uniform Bravo 374. You can tell it's an airway because it has the numbers, letters and numbers. Then we have the VOR. It's a VOR because it has 3 letters, Echo Romeo Zulu. Another airway, uniform, Whiskey 701. Okay. Another VOR, Golf Alpha Zulu. And an airway, uniform Bravo 36. Now we have waypoint. Waypoints usually, most of the time, are going to have 5 letters. A waypoint, I mean. Airways will have letters and numbers. Usually 4 numbers. Or 3 numbers. Sometimes 2, sometimes 1. Sometimes 1 letter, sometimes more. And VORs are going to have 3 letters. Like here, Alpha Lima Echo. And then we're going to go direct. So no longer an airway between these 2 VORs. A lot of waypoints in here. Alpha Lima Echo. We're flying that to Bravo Alpha November. Put that in. We have another airway. We're going to click over here, get back in the airway section. Romeo 785. To Nikaz. Nikaz. And we have another airway, Mike 978. So we're going to be flying over a little bit of Turkey, and then we're going to fly down into Syria, over Aleppo, and then out. We're not going to go down from Turkey to Cyprus, but we're going to go from Syria to Cyprus. Sobos. And insert that, because we're going to go direct to that, well, the last waypoint, last couple waypoints, I think. Sobos. Direct to Bonek.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I would love to welcome you aboard our
Okay.
flight. When you find this
Go back to the top of the flight plan. Our departure runway was runway 09. And they didn't give us instrument departure, but I'm going to... And for some reason, my air rack within... The air rack in Flight Simulator is way off. Maybe I think I can adjust in SimBrief, or I can use the air rack that they have in Flight Simulator. I might have to do that because well, it's kind of weird because the flight plan calls for Indur 3 Echo. Here we have Indu 3 Hotel, which is actually what you would think be newer. No, we'll just do direct out. Let's see what's going on here. Sorry, just putting that stuff together. If you don't have an APU on, it will not start have latest update, right? Davis, welcome back. Yeah, hope you're having a good day, Davis. Yeah, where's Sasha from? I can't remember. If Sasha has told us where he's from. Yeah, if you guys want to let us know where you're from, so we can get kind of get to know each other in the community here. I know where some people are. I can't remember where everyone is all the time. I can remember a couple people, 2 or 3 of you. I know Cody's from Las Vegas. Prayer Warriors is from, or he's out in Oklahoma City now. Don't hold it against me if I can't remember right away. But if we talk about it enough. Okay, so we got the flight plan in. Go to our radio nav page. We don't need that right now. Performance page. First, I want to look. Our total takeoff weight is 63.5. No. I didn't want to close my flight plan like that on my end. Pull that back up. I'm gonna need that. So 63.5. Bring up the calculator. Calculator, where are you? A320. 63,500. We're going to keep the air conditioning on. Runway length, we got 09 today. And the runway length is 3850. Heading would be 85. You could remember that from yesterday when we came in. Elevation for the airport is 2838 feet. QNH. What do we have for QNH? 10:06. Temperature -3 today. Really cold. The winds 324 degrees at 3 knots. Once we get our center of gravity, we'll finish up that calculation. We can. Center of gravity is 24.3. Hit page 2. Verify that 24.3. Fuel planning. Fuel. We have. Gonna put 9.0. Performance page. And we put in here. What was it? 24.3. Calculate. Here's our numbers. So 131, 132, 146. Transition altitude. That's where we just changed our ground pressure to the standard is 11.5. Thrust reduction 3638. Flex takeoff 29 degrees. Flaps 1 up 0.9. Alright. Flight computer complete. FMS complete. Let's back out of that little calculator thing. Let's see, who's just got in here? Arun Rasul, welcome back to the stream. Sasha Broom is from the UK. Davis is from England. Very cool. Arun Rasul, welcome to the stream. The MD. Yeah, Mitchell Douglas ones. MD10. Doesn't the MD10 also? MD10, MT11, all those 3 engines. Alright, that's good to hear. Razul's having a good day. Hey, Creepy Kirk, welcome to the stream. Welcome on Twitch. Hopefully things start to pick up here as we get going. Yeah, I had a really good stream last night, I think. Flying into Yerevan. Let's have a good one coming out. Corrective winch shear on. Cockpit door locked. Barometric reference set. VOR ADF if we needed. FCU altitude 15,000. Heading dash speed dashed. IRS alignment complete. EFIS is ARC and 10. We actually need to do just double check, make sure our flight plan no discontinuities. Good. Flight directors both on. So we can disconnect our ground services. Let me uh-oh. Oh, what? Are you kidding me? Well, that's great. All right, we're gonna have to load back up Flight Simulator here. Flight Simulator decided to crash. I don't know if I did I hit the wrong key? Because I didn't even get a message saying it like froze up or anything. Oh, that's frustrating. That's frustrating. All right, well, we're gonna skip a lot of stuff because we already have the flight calculations in and all that stuff. So, yes, I would like to try to connect. Why did that's the first time I've had the Flight Simulator just kind of crash on stream like that. We haven't had that problem. I've had it crash a few times on loading. It usually gives me a message. This time it just went away. Yeah, it crashed. It didn't even like give me like a little thing saying Flight Simulator stopped working or anything. It just up and gone. That's gonna mess. Hopefully it doesn't mess too many things up. I'm gonna have to open that again. Alright, Cecilia is in Infinite Flight. She's doing the same route as us. And she just took off. The Lockheed, that the L1011 TriStar has 3 engines, yep. Old Man Shaggy, hey, how's your day? And how's the Rugrat? Well, I think the Rugrat's doing okay. Good day. Took off this morning. Didn't do any streaming this morning. Kind of getting antsy that I wasn't streaming this morning, but it was good to be able to just kind of make breakfast, relax, kind of get things ready for the stream, get things ready for future streams, make some custom emotes for Twitch. Right now they're doing the verification for tax purposes or whatever for affiliate status. But once we get affiliate status, we'll get some custom emotes for you guys over there on Twitch. And they'll be the same emotes. We'll bring them over and use them on YouTube once we get that YouTube, you know, whatever they call it over on YouTube, where you can have subscribers and followers and all that. Not subscribers, but well, you join and you pay a little bit or whatever. I don't know how it all works on YouTube, but they're kind of taking something from the book. Cecilia's from Chile. Cool. Jalen G's back. Welcome back to the stream. We're just reloading the flight. Did you save your flight? No, I didn't save my flight. But it'll be no big deal. I just won't put in the... I won't put in the final... the arrival airport. Usually in the... I'll show you how I set up my flight here. Usually I put in the departure and arrival airport in the flight simulator setup page. And just so I can get a rough idea of the length of the flight. I think it helps with ATC as well. Not sure. I think it does. I think if I don't put in the arrival, then it's hard to get the IFR clearance. Because the simulator doesn't know that you want to go somewhere. Make some on your channel. What are you talking about? Like make some custom emotes? That's what I'm doing. Well, here while we're waiting, we can see if I can bring them up. If you're on Twitch, you can see them. There, a few of them. They're already on the bottom. Let's see, where do I have them? I didn't want to do that. Graphic, open a new window. I'll bring that back while we're waiting to load in here. Okay, so we got our flight. Let's make sure. For some reason, I can't get the call sign. See, it keeps disappearing that, so that's always a good sign. Weight and balance. Let's set up the weight and balance. Get the passenger weights on. Passenger weight and balance. Payload. I need 13,700. So what I usually do is I just go. We're doing that lately too. 2,000, 2,500, 3,500, 4,000. That's too much. 3,500, 3,000. I wish there was a way to like auto-populate this, but Flight Simulator is so finicky. There we go. Put my fat butt in here as the pilot, the co-pilot. Get the fuel there. We'll put the fuel on once we're on board. Everything else is right there. We're taking off from where? Uniform, Delta, Yankee, Zulu. And usually I'll put the arrival airport and just do a VFR flight. I'm not going to put it in. Now I can just pull everything straight from SimBrief. Leave it on that for now and we'll change it once we get in. Sometimes that causes it to crash if you put the weather. Let's see. Oh, you guys are. Hello, Alif Omar. Welcome to the stream. Welcome here on YouTube. Doing Flight 90, just reloading back in. Flight Simulator decided to crash just as we were about to push back. Davis, Chile, the city is Santiago, right? Yep, I believe it is. Santiago is the capital. Alright, ready to fly. We're not going to do a night flight. The lights are beautiful. Our flight is... Let's go right around there. 10:39 a.m. Let's turn Alpha India Group on. Oh, now I have to turn on. Oh, yeah. Yeah, see, this knocks when Flight Simulator crashes. So many different programs go off. I need to turn on. Oh my goodness, too many windows open on my screen. Over here. All right. Let's see. What are you guys talking about here? Chile. Yep. Martin, the largest mountain. There is Mount Ararat. I didn't realize the Mount Ararat was right next to Yerevan. That might even be. Is that over there? I wonder if that's the direction we're facing. No. I think Mount Ararat's on the other direction. It'll be over there. I knew one of these is like little Mount Ararat, and I was like, wait, Ararat's over here? That's cool. While we're waiting for things to get started up, let's put the... Even though I disconnected all those. Alright, I think Pack X should be able to come back now. Or do I have to reset? Oh, there we go. They're still boarding. See if everything's reloaded. Fine. Okay. Santiago is the capital city of Chile. Yep. Welcome everyone. If you want, he is on VATSIM. Nah, we're not on VATSIM today. Oh no, I am on VATSIM. Sorry. I have to restart it though because it crashed out. We don't have a ton of coverage though on VATSIM where I'm at, but yes, I am connected to VATSIM. Actually, it looks like the Turkey control center went off, so we're just gonna be on Unicom. Oh well. File the flight plan. Yeah. Alright, Erosiak Davtian. The largest mountain is Mount Massis. Mount Massis is 4,000 feet altitude. Challenge, do you use a throttle and stick yoke or keyboard and mouse? I use Thrustmaster joystick. I do have the throttle. Yeah, I can move my camera. Point. There's the throttle. And then I have the rudder pedals. So I have that whole system. Specs are in the description. What I have exactly. There we go. Okay. I do want to get a yoke though. I would love to get that Boeing yoke thing, but that thing's $800 or something. Alright, see you, Celia, when you come back. Well, Miss Martin, I think you're very smart. Well, thank you. Alright, let's get in the plane and try again here. It won't take that long because everything is, well, we'll have to align the... Let's skip a few things though. Alright, batteries on. Probe on, nav lights on. Crew, ground control. The alignment's the thing that's going to take a while. I think I can make that instant though. Speed us up. Seatbelts on. No smoking auto. Emergency lights armed. Can I adjust the lights? Yes, I can. We're just going to do the speed runway. We already did it. I don't want to do it again. I don't want to spend the time doing it again. Ah. Okay, what were we? 2971. 15,000 is our initial. Alright, over here. Pull it in from SimBrief. Fuel, we need 89.91. Do that instantaneously since already did the weight. Boom, there it is. On the plane. The weights and everything are correct. Passengers are all on board via Pack X. Hey, Aaron the Gamer, welcome back to the stream, or welcome to the stream if this is your first time. We're on flight 90 of my world tour going Yerevan, Armenia to Larnaca, Cyprus. We're doing a quick startup here because I had to Flight Simulator decided to crash just as we were about to push back, and I hope it doesn't crash again, or I will punch my computer. Okay, we don't need to really worry about the weights and balances. Do our data request. Go back to the menu. Hit page. Now here, it's not filled in because I didn't put in the arrival, so we can just do this. It's going to fill everything in right from sim brief. 47 cost index flight. Flight plan, there it all is. I don't have to type it all in like I did just a few minutes ago. That flight plan discontinuity is because it tries to put in the... I don't know why there was a flight plan discontinuity there. Because it tries to put in the star, the standard terminal arrival route. Why was there a discontinuity between Booster and alright. Alright, nice. My first time seeing you came up on recommended. Thank you. Well, that's great. Yeah, I'm seeing that a lot more. I'm getting a little recommended a little more often, which is really cool. Alright. So what we can do for that, let me just check if there's anything else I want to get done. Predictive wind shear, close the cockpit door, barometric reference, IRS line. We didn't do the performance page. But we do have, I already have those calculations. Because we put them in before. You guys saw me do the tedious work of doing the calculations. Transition altitude is already in there. Thrust reduction. Oh, 3640, easier. Flex takeoff is 29. 1. Up 0.9. Alright. What's up, Prayer Warriors? Welcome to the stream. We had to kind of start over because... Yeah, see, there's the problem. If you don't put in on the Microsoft Flight Simulator flight plan page, that's why I've started doing that, is it doesn't give you the IFR clearance option, which is stupid. Stupid. In-game ATC is garbage. So... guess we're just gonna do...
Yerevan,
yeah.
WIZZ.
We'll just do everything ourselves.
With Quebec request taxi for takeoff departing straight out.
Let's see. Aaron the Gamer, I normally watch streams on Twitch, or originally came on YouTube to watch a video, but I've ended up watching more streams on YouTube, which is nice. It is TBF. YH, it is TBF. Well, I'm also streaming on Twitch right now, and it would be really awesome if you could follow me on Twitch and watch there too. Or if you want to watch over there. I just made affiliates, so it's not... But I was making that push, and I was saying to everyone who was watching on YouTube, if you're also on Twitch, go watch over on Twitch and give me the eyeballs, because I have the followers, but I needed that average viewer count. But got that now. So welcome here, welcome there, wherever you want to watch. I'm streaming to both right now. Am I okay? I'm okay. Welcome Indid. Who's Indid? Aaron the Pilot 07, there he is. Alright. Yes, same name. It's the same name. Yep. Alright, thanks for the follow over there. Alright, so where were we? We're just waiting for the IR to realign. Let's check everything else. Hopefully we don't crash again. Yeah. Are they talking to me? Why are we 1123? Where'd they get that number from? 1123. That's gonna be annoying. I guess we're flight 1123 now. Which is gonna be a pain because I'm not gonna remember that. Oh, broken. Alright. Well, keep forgetting what I was gonna do. Okay, barometric reference is in. IRS alignment, we're waiting on that. Flight directors are both on. Let's start the APU. Let's disconnect the ground stuff. I believe this is where we were last time. Don't want to disconnect the power yet. Put that on jetway. So fun. This was the section where I was. Then everything decided to crash. There we can see the APU going. Why don't I play X-Plane? I used to. It's because I haven't played it. I haven't played it since probably November, September 2020. So I don't have it set up properly. I'm so out of date on it. The mods, all that stuff. It would take me weeks to just get everything where I'd want it to be. And then I have to relearn all the controls because my controls are different in Flight Simulator and X-Plane, and I've just gotten used to the Flight Simulator ones. But when I do watch people playing X-Plane, I kind of go, oh man, yeah. And I wish we could get the graphics. I wish we could get the flight model of X-Plane. And a lot more of those planes, because there's a ton of planes coming out now, free ones over there. Does the A320? Yep, the physics are better. You are correct. That's why I got X-Plane originally. A couple of, 2018. That was my first simulator I ever bought. Was X-Plane. I was like, hey, I want to have that real flight model. And then Flight Simulator wooed me with the promise of these beautiful graphics, and it is beautiful. And I was hoping that they would also like give a crap about the physics. They don't seem to, which is very disappointing. Hopefully they change in the future. All right, I don't know if the A320 has the VNav yet in the fly-by-wire. I have no idea how the VNav. Yeah, I don't think so. Right? Yes, we need the graphics from Flight Simulator, the X-Plane model, flight model. Exactly. It's exactly what we need. And we need everything optimized too. Not trash the terrible optimization on both ends. Alright, our external power is off. Fuel pumps are on. Let's tell that power truck to get out of here. We have our alignment. We are ready for pushback, so we're going to turn on the beacon light. We're going to get the tug. We're finally going to get this flight on the road. Yeah, oh, okay, yeah, I still have to use the top of descent calculator. And definitely on this flight because the ATC is not going to help us out either. I got up today about, I could have easily streamed this morning, but I got up at like 8 o'clock. I would have been ready to go at 9, but I wanted to make some waffles this morning for my wife. And I had some things I needed to like get done. And if I was trying to do 2 streams and try to get all the stuff done in the middle of the day, I wouldn't have got them done. I had some tax stuff I had to do. And we'll talk about that a little bit more once we get in the air, if you want to hear about that. Some tax stuff is right here. I have to send it in now. And then I had to scan in baby's birth certificate for my to the insurance company, to my company insurance. And get in contact. I was trying to see if I could meet up with a friend to go out to eat, but couldn't get a hold of him. I had to contact our pastor to set up our baby's baptism in a couple weeks here. Aaron the Gamer doing a flight right now. Is that Mexico City? The JFK? I don't know which. I know it's down there. Touch the Clouds just bought the Coronado push-pull Cessna. Really like it. I don't know what that is. The Coronado push-pull Cessna. Well, I'll have to check that out. Phone's about to die, but I'll catch you later. But I just want to let you know that in everything you do, I'm sending you good luck only and prosperity, probably. I hope. Cancun, that's right. I think I did that flight. I've done that flight, I think, myself, early on. Okay. we have the tug is connected, right? So let's disengage parking brake. We don't have a custom safety brief, no video today, unfortunately. So we'll just hear the Pack X one. Let's reverse. Starting engine 2. See you later, Davis. There we go. Okay, we're going to runway 9. So we need to... We're going to face west. Do we have a mask? Oh yeah, we do have a mask today.
If we need to evacuate the aircraft, floor level lighting will guide you towards the exit. In the event that the cabin loses pressure, an oxygen mask will drop right in front.
Can't wait for some of those planes Fabio flies to come to Xbox eventually.
Firmly over your nose and mouth and secure the elastic band behind the head. Tighten straps if necessary and breathe normally. Although the bag does not inflate, oxygen is flowing through the mask. Mask first and then assist others.
Right, starting engine 1. I'm not a VATSIM at the moment, though I haven't really been flying that much except from this week, got back into it. Cool. Yeah, I've been logging into VATSIM lately, but haven't got a ton of practice with the radio calls, and I suck at it. And one big thing I'm finding, and I might just not go on VATSIM for a while, is that my air rack system in Flight Simulator is incredibly out of date, and I don't know why. Usually they keep it close, but the last air rack cycle is 15th of July to 11th of August. It's like, so, like, ATC will give me something, VATSIM ATC will give me, like a instrument departure or a star, and I don't have it. I have something, you know, a few cycles ago, but I don't know if that matches, and you don't want to risk it in VATSIM, always. Alright. Whoa, I didn't want to release that. Oh, old. What am I doing? Stop pushback, that's what I want. Yeah, that's a bit strange. What mods does the Xbox have? I am buying an Xbox soon. I have no idea. Oh, you're asking Old Man Shaggy, Prayer Warriors. Yeah, I don't know what mods are available for the Xbox. I know the A32NX isn't, and that's a big one. I need to hydrate. All right. Thank you everyone who's joined in on Twitch and YouTube. Nice crowd in here. We're flying Yerevan, Armenia to Larnaca, Cyprus, leg 90 of the World Tour, and we are ready for taxi. If I was paying attention to what's going on, we're gonna arm the spoilers. Flaps to 1 plus F. Transponder is set. We'll turn it on. Pro window heat auto. Spoilers armed. Flaps takeoff. Anti-ice if required. We might need it. We're gonna. Is -3. Surprisingly, we don't have ice all over our windshield, but there's not a ton of moisture, but there are clouds. So we're gonna put the anti-ice on for now. Auto brake is set. Runway turn off lights, taxi light on the nose. APU bleed, APU master off. Weather radar on, even though it's inoperable. Chronometer. Takeoff config. Let's start rolling. I pay for Navigraph. I have Navigraph, so my all my flight information is like, so I have the charts for the what they give me, but I can't put it in the FMS. I suppose I could manually put in the waypoints, but that kind of defeats the purpose. Alright, I believe we have to double back on this. We have to get clearance. I think we have to get clearance to take off first before we can double back. I don't really want VFR
Yerevan
clearance.
Tower WIZZ 1123 ready for straight out departure at runway 09er.
Taxiway go down there? Maybe it does. It's X'd out on my chart. That's why I turned here.
Cleared for takeoff runway 09er WIZZ.
Alright, we're going to turn on our landing lights, light ourselves up. So if anyone's coming in to land, they will see us. If for some reason ATC made a mistake. That sounds like it could be a challenge. Clouds. What are you making fun of my... yeah. Well, it's not really a challenge, the clouds, just the ice, possibly. It's -3. If there's any moisture up there, we'll get ice. Aaron the Gamer, then I shared with someone... oh, what? Oh, you shared with someone else, but don't at all now, so just stuff with September air rack 2109. Yeah, what is the... I'm not sure what air rack it's on right now. I think 2113 is what I have. I have whatever the latest is. I always update it on SimBrief. I really like having Navigraphs and having the latest charts. But if in Sim it's not updated to the latest air rack, well then it's kind of useless. I just use Foxchart. It is easy going. I know there are. You could get away with doing that, especially like I know people say, "Oh, use SkyVector, use this." It's like, well, yeah, but you know, when you're flying all over the world, then you get to that airport where you can't find any charts just laying around on the internet on Foxchart, SkyVector. SkyVector is very good for the United States, obviously, but you know, some of these, like I can't find any charts. But Navigraphs, I always have the charts I need, so that's what I do. That's why I do it. Taxiway, taxi light. I got a little scared. I thought that was like an airplane spawning in. Well, I don't know how to update it in the simulator. Like, it should just automatically update when they update it. So I don't know if there's a way to do that. I haven't looked either. That's what I should have done this morning. I was trying to work with trying to figure out ATC to pilot, if it'd be worth using. I don't know if I want to use that. 'Cause that air rack cycle's like 18 something. It's like, yeah. That's gonna drive me nuts. Let's get turned around. While we're turning, we'll do the cabin check.
Flight attendants, please prepare for takeoff.
All right, we got our takeoff clearance. Landing lights on. All right, so we're gonna hold our brakes. Stabilize at 40%, and we'll go to flex takeoff. E1 rotate. Positive rate, gear up. Thrust to climb.
WIZZ 1123, leaving my airspace frequency change approved. Yerevan Tower WIZZ 1123, frequency change.
Ground lights off.
Yerevan approach WIZZ 1123.
Spoilers disarmed.
Airbus A320neo 2 miles east of
And
Yerevan,
let's go
5,000
autopilot.
feet. Request clearance to transition Charlie airspace. WIZZ 1123, Yerevan approach. Squawk 5.
Old Man Shaky Xbox has airports, planes, and a few texture packs, but it's tiny compared to PC. Yeah, if you're not getting everything, then what's the point? Fair Warriors, yesterday was crazy at work. Alright. You could copy and paste waypoint. Not sure how you do that. Copy and paste the waypoint. Touch the Clouds did a flight to Charlotte, and now he's been watching streams. Yeah, I was working on, like, after I did the other stuff I had to do, while I was doing that other stuff, I was watching some Mercado Law, watching, I believe probably one of the, like, the really, I think the arraignment hearing for the guy that plowed through the crowd with an SUV, through the Christmas parade with an SUV in Waukesha, Wisconsin, which is just probably a couple miles, 5 miles down the west of where I live. I'm right in the center of all that good stuff. It's Waukesha, not Waukesha, or whatever everyone keeps saying on the news because they can't say Wisconsin city names. Alright, landing lights off, seatbelt sign off. And look at that beautiful snow. I love how the Yerevan is just all no snow, and then you get up to the mountains. I was watching a little bit of that, then I was watching, listening to some an Oliver Stone interview just now. Watching some reaction from a history professor and a Marine to the Pacific, the HBO series The Pacific that came out, what, 10 years ago now? Wing light. Yeah, I've heard that the wing light, you only use the wing light when you need to inspect the wings. Are we getting yelled at? No, we're not.
126.0 for WIZZ 1123. Yerevan approach WIZZ 1123, 12,300 feet.
Is that beeping? I never heard that beeping before. Maybe that is what that is. I don't know if that has to do with the standard or not. Creepy Kirk, I'm doing the Flight Simulator's flight school right now. Okay, cool. Oh yeah, it's definitely... You definitely need a yoke or a joystick. It changes everything. When I first got X-Plane, I had I have the steering wheel. I have a steering wheel, pedals, and gear shifter as well for when I was doing iRacing and American Truck Simulator. And then when I got X-Plane, I also had an Xbox controller for the PC for playing. I think I used it for like NBA 2K, and then when Madden came out, finally again for PC, I used it for that. But then that's what I initially used for X-Plane. And it's just, it has that joystick on there, but it's not the same as having an actual stick or an actual yoke. All right, we can turn off the anti-ice. No ice is being detected. Yep, doing it with keyboard and mouse. I can't imagine trying to fly with keyboard and mouse. I mean, it's hard enough looking around with the mouse and trying to click all the buttons with the mouse and using keyboard strokes. Actually, keyboard strokes for pressing these buttons would be better, at least. But it's not as intuitive. I'm always a little envious of the guys that have the whole setup and they got the buttons, they got the whole panel, they got the switches above, they got the whole cockpit set up. They're crazy, but I'm envious of them. Old Man Shaggy, if you got videos on your channel, I'm assuming he's talking to Touch the Clouds. Aaron the Gamer, I might think about paying for it again at some point. You're talking about X-Plane? Or Navigraph. Navigraph. Sasha doesn't use Flight Simulator 2020. I'll have to look at that if the updates go through. That's kind of weird that they would do that. Why not just have it? So I guess if you don't have a subscription to Navigraph, you just stick with whatever Flight Simulator came with originally. But then if you have a subscription to Navigraph, you can update it through into the system. I'll have to look and see. I'll have to look that up. Don't ATC on Flight Simulator 2020. Do you have the Navigraph Air Rack Updater thing installed? What is... You know what that's called? I have the Nava Link, or whatever. I have Navigraph Symlink. That links it to the... And I have the data center and all that stuff. Let me see. Let me see what I got here. FMS Data Manager. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I have to do it through there. Alright, well, they're not going to give us clearance because we're on VFR, so we need to go to flight level 380. We're going to fly over these beautiful snow-covered mountains, and we might pass by that lake that the center of the lake was not frozen, but the edges were, which is really cool. Cool attention to detail. Yep, Sasha Broom wing light. That's a wing inspection light, so I think you only need it at night when you're inspecting the lights, or inspecting the wings on the ground. Touch the clouds. When you think about it, to think our single computers perform a near real-world flight is pretty amazing. Can't have everything. This is true. This is true. Hey, Tirth Patel! Welcome to the stream. Alright, block that user who's putting spam links. Yeah, welcome to the stream, Tirth Patel. Yeah, Touch the Clouds, it's great. I mean, we kind of gripe, but look at this compared to X-Plane, graphic-wise. Heck, I would just look at it compared to what we had 10 years ago, 20 years ago. It's insane. It's insane. Alright, let me pop that music back on that we stopped. Just to have a little background. I'm amazed the Series S can handle this game and run it smoother than Series X. Yeah, it's crazy what they're putting on the... I mean, I always thought the Xboxes, even back in the day, they always could do things that were... To me, it seemed like, oh yeah, I can just play a game on Xbox, I don't have to think about it. But, of course, that was comparing it to my family computer, and our family computer was just a basic thing, do some word processing. And here I am trying to put on these, you know, crazy games, and sometimes they just wouldn't work, or they'd be, you know, you'd have to deal with the settings, and man, I wish I had an Xbox or a PlayStation, then I would just get these amazing graphics. And now I realize it's like, yeah, but you have so much more flexibility with the PC. You can build insane systems that can do some crazy stuff. There could be bugs. You have to work on that, but there you go. Alright, Aaron the Gamer, be right back, alright? Hey, Bentley Carlson, welcome to the stream. We're flying World Tour, Microsoft Flight Simulator, World Tour, Flight 90. Flying into every country and territory in the world using commercial airliners, real commercial flights, real liveries. Attempting to do it in the actual planes, but unfortunately my plane selection is kind of limited, so it's mostly in the A320 and occasionally in the CRJ 700. But I would love to get the ATR 72 because there's a lot of flights on my World Tour that are in the ATR 72, some in the Dash 800. Obviously the 737, which I flew a ton in X-Plane. Why does it always do that? There we go. Old Man Shaggy loved the Pacific series. It was very gory. Yeah, it was definitely not as, I guess, nostalgic as the Band of Brothers series. Though Band of Brothers was very good. There's not a knock on Band of Brothers, but the Pacific really went to a darker place. It was just a different kind of war out there. At least it seems like it. In the Pacific, yeah. Xbox X is better. X is better graphically, but S is smoother. Interesting. Tasha Broom, go on iPad inside plane. When you do that, you can your Navigraph. Oh, like sign into it on here? All right, let me sign into it on the FlyPad here. Let's see. All right, so was it navigraph.com -code. What's my password? I don't remember. Now it sends a link to my email. I hated these like 15,000 like 30 authentication, triple authentication or whatever. It's like, just let me sign in. Okay, you sent me a link, but I haven't received it. Type the approval code below to link your... Oh, never mind. I can't read. Type the approval code, which would be this code. Type the approval code for SENR92. Approve. Yes, allow. I don't know why you unlinked it. Okay. There's our VATSIM controllers. Need to remember to use that. Did they get rid of... I just saw a video where someone was using a takeoff calculator in here, but I don't have it. They must have gotten rid of it because that video is back from March last year. Alright, let's put in our... Where are we flying to? CLK. That. Nice. Oh, auto brightness. There we go. Tiller. Love that. Old man Shaggy, Pacific felt like 40s Vietnam. It was a nasty chapter 1-2. Yep, the Pacific. I mean, Pacific just doesn't get enough coverage, and that's a very interesting thing. Is that most people, if you ask them about the Pacific, they would say, you know, they've heard of Iwo Jima, Okinawa, Pearl Harbor, maybe Guadalcanal, but very few people ever heard of Peleliu. And which was happening at about the same time as Operation Market Garden in Europe, and you know, Peleliu, there's no movies about that. I mean, how many movies are there about Market Garden? I don't know how many movies are about Market Garden, but there's like a couple at least.
Roger, WIZZ 1123.
And even the Pacific, well, all movies and miniseries always do this. They always kind of narrow the focus so much sometimes, where you lose sight of the bigger thing. You know, where like the Pacific, it's like the concept that they forget that the Army was out there too. The Army was out in the Pacific. I mean, that's what MacArthur was commanding, and you know, the 32nd Division, which was, you know, had its roots in Wisconsin and Michigan. To this day, our state highway 32 it's the Red Arrow Division. It has the little red arrows on the signs, on the highway signs. I mean, they fought, you know, Papua New Guinea, You know, that area. You know, terrible conditions, but you don't see it, and even the places where the Marines and the Army were kind of, you know, Marines went in first and the Army would mop up, even those, you don't see it in the Pacific and in the show. Like, even a mention of it, it's kind of like, well, this is just the Marines. And you sort of almost get that feeling from Band of Brothers, where it's like, oh, it's just the 101st Division, it's just the paratroopers. It's like, yeah, and all the other, you know, the infantry divisions who are doing the, you know, the massive push. I mean, the 101st and the 82nd were kind of these later on where, you know, put out fires. I didn't notice the coffee cup. Coffee cup here it's more like a thermos today. Or Wizz Air. Alright, we're crossing flight level 370 on our climb to 38,000. We are, let's see where we're at. There's that lake, that big lake that we went over that was partially frozen. That's gonna be way over there. We're not gonna go over Batman today, but we are going to be coming up on the city of Erzurum, which is where that VOR Echo Romeo Zulu is. And that's where we're going to make our turn to the southwest. Right now we're flying basically due west. Slightly southwest. Right. Bridge Too Far was a few days after Market Garden. Yeah. Yeah, but it was Market Garden and then the kind of the aftermath. Well, A Bridge Too Far was Operation Market Garden, and then and the whole, but it covered the whole thing. It was like, okay, they're going in, they're trying to do it. You see all the glider landings, and then obviously everything, you know, kind of went to crap in Arnhem, and that was where you get the concept of A Bridge Too Far, because basically they got the rest of the bridges, they just couldn't get that last one over the Rhine. They had to find another way into Germany. Have you seen the movie? It's called Come and See. It's a Belarusian movie, and it's crazy. I mean, it's, you know, you know how in the Patriot, like in the Patriot, which is set during the American Revolution, they have that whole scene where the dragoons burn the church down. They lock everyone in there and they burn the church down. Well, that actually did happen. Not during the Revolutionary War. The British never did things like that. That's not how the British operated, at least not in this, you know, not at that time. That's just not the way you do things in 17th or 18th century warfare. But the Nazis did that. They did that in France. They did that in Belarus. I mean, they did that all over the place in the Eastern Front. And in this movie, Come and See, they do that. They lock people in, like, basically the town church or the town, like, kind of community center or whatever it is. You know, this big barn, and they light the place up. And it's kind of based around this kid whose family basically is all killed. He comes back home and discovers his whole family has been wiped out. His whole town's been killed. Piles of bodies, you know, just the summary execution of these Eastern Europeans in Belarus. And he ends up getting taken in by the partisans, and you have that whole thing and the survival there and the brutal nature of fighting between the Nazis or the Germans and partisan groups, and what happens if you get captured by the Germans as a partisan. It's a pretty, it gets into that dark place. That's one of the, it's a dark movie. Touch the Clouds, not only that, but also all the other branches of armed service that support the fighting soldiers. Yeah, when they're talking about it on the specific one, the channel's called Real History, but real like REEL, like a film reel. And he's a history professor, but he kind of critiques, or he goes through like movies and shows historical things. The number of channels that do that, and they're really good. They're all really good. I like it. because they tell you the actual story and say where they got things right, where they got it wrong. You know, attention, you know, details that are just completely Hollywood or whatever. But they were talking about how it's like it'd be so fascinating to have a movie about like a navy, a movie that just follows, or a mini series. Like, so we've gotten Band of Brothers, which follows the 101st, follows, you know, paratroopers in the European theater. We have the Pacific, which follows Marines out in the Pacific. I mean, wouldn't it be fascinating to have a 10-episode mini-series, HBO mini-series, following a crew on one of the aircraft carriers on a destroyer or whatever? I mean, we did get Tom Hanks just did a movie a few years ago now. What was it called? Shepherd or something like that, where he was captain of this destroyer who was a shepherd for the convoys, which was very fascinating because, again, that's something you don't really hear about. It's not the first thing you think about when you think of World War II, is the convoys crossing with all those supplies and the German U-boats who were constantly hitting them and sinking, and how many people died doing that we don't really think about as being, you know, we think of the paratroopers and the Marines, the guys right in the front. We think of Saving Private Ryan. We think of those landings on D-Day and that fighting. But we forget about all the merchant seamen who were going across the North Atlantic and getting sunk. And also the Pacific. There's so many great movies out there that you forget. That's like, oh yeah, there's that movie, and that covers this thing. And let's see. Sasha Broom, how is my baby? Doing good. Let me see if the baby cam is on. I'll have to set it up though, so you guys can see it, if it's even pointed anywhere. But he's doing good. He's doing good. Yeah, baby cam's just pointed at the ceiling. That's how useful it is. Touch the Kyles. For every soldier, I have heard that there are 7 to support them. Yep, at least. I was thinking more medical, logistic, cooks, all those people supporting. So yeah, definitely. But a lot of those people were on Navy ships as well. Like with, you know, just in so many cases, a lot of those support troops can just be 50 yards back. You know, the medical and logistics, they're right there. They're just not right on the line. Is there ATC? Are you saying VATSIM ATC? No. No coverage where we're at. No coverage, and looking at my map, no other traffic really close, so I should really go on I'm gonna go on the Unicom channel just in case. We'll switch this in-game ATC to COM 3. We'll go to COM 1. We'll switch to VATSIM Unicom just in case someone else is talking. There's the Unicom. I think if I click that, it automatically puts it in. Not that I'd be able to tell, I already put it in, so. In-game ATC really isn't going to help us anyway. Okay. Yeah, see, it freaks out if you try to tune it on COM 3. Alright, passengers are going to get some dinner. I didn't adjust my rotation speed. I wish you could save the settings or have some quick settings or something for the drone. Welcome back, Cecilia. Yeah, so this afternoon, or this morning, I made waffles for breakfast, and then I had to do some tax things, because I got a letter from the IRS. This was kind of annoying. So, we moved back to the United States in 2019, and for the previous years, I've been filing my taxes from overseas, from China, and claiming the exemption for living overseas, so I basically didn't have to pay anything in taxes. I wasn't making that much money anyway, so if I was paying taxes, I'd probably get a refund, as I still do. and did that fine. Came back here in 2019, got a job trucking. Made about $12,000 in the final half of the year. Once I got going at that job. So again, not a ton to pay in taxes. Got a refund anyway. But when I filed them, like, I usually just did it all. Because the way doing it overseas, you had to do more paperwork. So I was doing that all myself. But if you're just doing simple tax, you can go on like something like Credit Karma or some free preparation. So my mom's like, "Hey, go on Credit Karma and do this." She threw all the information in, and she put down that she for some reason put down that I'm single. And before I could say anything, before I noticed it, she zipped it off, and there it goes. I got my refund, no big deal. Taxes were in. Well, then the next year, while we're trying to do my wife's green card thing, we got a letter saying, "Hey, you're claiming that you're married and you're getting this marriage green card, but your taxes say you're single. You need to fix that." So I had to send in an amended one, which is 1040X is the form. So I waited to do that until I filed my 2020 taxes, which I waited to do until I think late May, and there was the extension. I filed for an extension as well because I was waiting because then my wife had gotten her green card, and we were just waiting to get that social security number because that would make it easier to put her social security number on there. So we did that. I still haven't gotten my 2020 tax returns. I'm due, $3,000. I mean, I don't know. What can I use that $3,000 for? I'm still not buying a graphics card for $3,000, but I mean, $3,000 extra dollars is not a bad thing to have, right? And so I got a letter yesterday from the IRS, and they're like, "Oh, we got your amended form 1040X for your 2019 tax returns, but yours or your wife's social security number is missing. So we need you to send that in. So send in the forms again, and in this envelope, put a stamp on it, and we'll get that figured out." So I go on my computer and I look and I find the 1040X form that I had filled out. I see the date when I printed it out, which was the same day as I printed out my 2020 tax returns. Everything's filled in, social security number's there. You know what I just forgot? I just realized. Now I'm gonna have to open this envelope. I forgot to sign the forms just now on this to send this new one in. I gotta remember to do that. Let's open this before I forget. But I was just looking at this letter. I'm saying, how do you guys not have? You say you have the form 1040X, which I know for a fact has the social security, both social security numbers on there in full and names and everything else, because I saved it on my computer before I printed it, and I didn't change anything. It's not like I put the social security number in a day later or something after they're sending it in. So, the government, what are you gonna do? Alright, well, that was my little gripe about the IRS. The Internal Revenue Service. Doing excellent work. Music too loud? This music seems too loud to me. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's like I could buy a yoke. I could, if I see a graphics card available, I could get one. I mean, we're not struggling without that $3,000, so it's like, okay, that'd be nice to just have another $3,000. Heck, put it in a savings account or invest it a little bit and get a little bit of return on it. Giving a free loan to the government. Old Man Shaggy, being ex-military and from a frontline job, it's about everyone, man, woman, and even animal, that makes the military units as strong as they are. Yep. It's 3 hours ahead of Pacific time here in Chile. 3 hours ahead of. So that'd be the same as Eastern time, right? Yeah, because Chile, like, I never think of it, most people, I don't think of it. It's like we kind of just think of South America as being south of America, of the United States. But if you actually look at it, yeah, Chile is in the same time zone as New York. You know, the west coast of South America is basically in line with the east coast of the North America, which is crazy to think about. I still, every time I do a flight or I think about doing a flight, I don't think of it that way. I don't think of, oh yeah, if I'm going from like New York to Brazil, I'm actually flying southeast, significantly going across a few time zones, whereas if I'm just flying New York to Chile, or, you know, along that area, Peru, Ecuador, I'm actually kind of flying, you know, due south or a little bit even southwest. Slightly. Still a little bit southeast, actually. That's crazy. Yeah, that was the crazy thing when I was when I was flying around West Africa, Cabo Verde. So it's like, oh wow, I could actually just do a pretty short flight, and I'd be over in South America. I was actually closer to South America than a lot of places in Europe when I was down there in Africa. A little, not that far apart, Africa and South America at that point. Well, man, Shaggy, I still have some savings from selling my racing bicycle, so I just bought a 4K projector to play my games on. That's cool. That is cool. Is it good? Is it cool to, I'm never sure about projectors. Hey, OllieBoy334, first time chat. It's going well. Going well, very well. I actually want to show off, we're flying, sorry, this is flight 90 of my world tour. Flying from Yerevan, Armenia to Larnaca, Cyprus in the A320 with the FlyByWire A32NX mod here in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Wizz Air over the snow-covered mountains of Turkey right now. Looking incredibly amazing. The only thing lacking to me with Microsoft Flight Simulator, well, not the only thing. The major thing lacking is just that flight model. I wish the flight model was like the X-Plane flight model. Simulator quality. But otherwise, it's a beautiful simulator. ATC sucks. So we're on VATSIM. Hello, Patarek. Welcome back to the stream. Good to see you. You say your flight number, so they're... Says you're... Thank you for the follow, OllieBoy334. Let me get that name right. Thank you very much for the follow on Twitch. Your thing says your flight number, so they know you on their channel. Yeah, it's always nice to tell people. I guess I put enough in my description. I'm pretty descriptive about what we're doing. There's so much stuff on my screen, so I really don't have to introduce what's going on. Basically, the only introduction I have to do is that I just have to let you know what the heck the world tour is. The world tour is flying into every country and territory in the world, even disputed territories from time to time. And please don't take offense if I fly into a territory that you don't believe is actually a separate territory. I got a lot of hate when I flew into Western Sahara, which is a disputed territory with Morocco. Got a bunch of people saying, what's this Western Sahara? It's Morocco. Why do you have the Western Sahara? I'm like, hey. It just gives me one more place to fly into. I'm not trying to start a World War III or anything. I'm going to fly into Taiwan. And, hey, I used to live in the People's Republic of China. That's where my wife is from. And a lot of people, including the government of the People's Republic of China, do not like it when you acknowledge that Taiwan exists as a separate country, which it is, very much so. By the way, my wife believes Taiwan. She would love to go to Taiwan and live in Taiwan because it's free. There's freedom there versus versus China, the mainland. No, I'm talking about oh yeah, like if I enter their Sasha, if I enter their area, yeah, if I enter their area, they'll probably send me a message if I don't call out to them. But there is no one, there is no coverage where I'm at right now. There is a, but I don't know if he's on VATSIM. There is a, yep, there is. There's a Turkish 1 Golf Romeo. That's the call sign. Where's he sitting? He's sitting in, I don't know. He's just sitting there in a Seri. So maybe he's still setting up his plane. But I don't see any other traffic on the radar. So I'm not going to call out anything on traffic on the Unicom right now. Yay. We got a couple, another spammer here. Goodbye. Yep, I'm on Unicom. 122.8 on Unicom. Partly because we don't really need the in-game ATC either, because we only got VFR clearance and they're not going to tell us when to start descending. We're going to have to do that ourselves. PS4 live streams and other videos. Yo, welcome to the stream. Flying over Turkey right now, en route to Cyprus in the A320. The Microsoft, beautiful Microsoft Flight Simulator. Hoping the frame rate doesn't go to crap. What was I watching today? I was watching Fuzzy. I think he's just Fuzzy on YouTube. He's a new streamer that I found over there. He does some great streams. I love his thumbnails because he always takes a picture of himself and then photoshops himself into the cockpit or outside of the plane wearing a vest or whatever. It's really cool, his thumbnails. But he was like looking around some pay-where airport, I can't remember where, probably New Zealand, and it looked so smooth and crisp and everything because he's got, of course, he's got a 3090 or something graphics card. And he was kind of mentioning how he was bemoaning the fact that the limitation is actually his computer, his CPU. Let's see, I'm gonna say Bluey89. Bluey89, does every button work on this aircraft? The A32NX mod, a lot of buttons do. Like, I could actually turn off these things. Really cool, you can actually turn off a certain one of these. I think if I would turn off IR1, it would go to the backup, it would go to IR2 or IR3, the autopilot would use that. Let's see what happens actually if I do that. There we go, watch. See? So my panels, so you can't do this in the A320, the stock one that comes with Microsoft Flight Simulator. So let's say I have a failure. See, I've lost mine, but the first officer still has his. Let's say we turn off his too. Now both of ours are gone. There is still the third one, which the autopilot is still going off of, I believe. But we can't see it. I think what we actually can do... I'm not going to do that. Turn those back on. Screens are back on. Same thing if we do this, if my Adir goes off. Okay, that knocks this off, but his is still on. I think Adir 3. Oh, okay, and then if I turn it, I think turn off Adir 3, then... Oh no, that didn't do anything. I'm not sure what Adir 3 does if I do that, but turn off his. Oh, we have issues. No problem with our computers. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff that actually works in here. Cockpit door video, you can do that even. I don't know what it does. Looks like you press this button. I don't want to do it. Hey, looks like I can actually touch a lot of the buttons here in the A32NX version of this plane. versus the... Yeah, look at this. I mean, there are a lot of things that I never even touch that you can actually touch. I don't know how much of it's modeled yet. You can see there are a few things on here that are inoperable, like the terrain on the ND. Captain Hawk Gaming, welcome to Twitch. Welcome to the follower. Thanks for the follow on Twitch. I don't know what I'm saying. Something like that. Thanks for the follow. Welcome to the community. Welcome to whatever we're going to call this thing. The baby flight crew? I don't know. We got to come up with something. Yeah, a lot of the buttons work on this. This is a lot more functional plane than the stock A320 that comes with Microsoft Flight Simulator. And it's all free. Unfortunately, not available on Xbox. Sorry. Going back here, Patarek on Twitch. Maybe they will add the A380 one day. I hope FlyByWire's A380 comes out soon. They are working on it. The same guys that come with this amazing mod. They're building it from the ground up. And they've done amazing work. And they said it's going to be free. So that's pretty crazy to me. Because this mod is worth, I'd say, 30-40 bucks. A one-time payment, 30-40 bucks, and then you constantly get the updates. I think would be totally worth it. There's planes out there that are you paid 30-40 bucks for, and they're pieces of trash. They're just like they just slap a bunch of assets together from the 737, 747. They're not good. Don't get them. Don't pay for something. If you see a plane that looks interesting, look around on YouTube, look around on Twitch. Well, YouTube's going to be where you're going to be able to search more. And look around, see what people are talking about it. There will be people flying it. There will be people making liveries for the planes. There will people be excited, but look at it, do your research before you put down money on anything related to anything. Not just flight sims, but yeah, there's a lot of people dropping money on some of these planes, and it's like, what are you doing? It's garbage. Just be patient. Wait for a good plane. I can't read your name. Something like Ruxy Z. A. Cecilia, mainland Chile, is 4 hours ahead of Pacific Standard Time. Yep. Bluey, they're no good kind of sucks. Is this PMDG? This is not PMDG. It's FlyByWire. FlyByWire is absolutely free, an absolutely free mod but it's only for the PC version. And they did that because it's absolutely free. They're not getting paid for it. They don't have a bunch of workers getting paid to do it, so they're just going to focus on making it the best product for PC. Captain Hawk Gaming, hey buddy, I love flying the FlyByWire A320. Yes, it is. If you're going to be flying the A320 in Flight Simulator, and you're on the PC and you don't have the FlyByWire A32NX mod, you're missing out. You've been living under a rock. I don't know what you're doing. Get this mod now and fly it. It's the only way you can fly this plane. Otherwise, you're not flying this plane. Yeah. That's all I have to say about that. Yeah, I love flying it too. Baby Flight Crew is a great group name. Yeah, we got to figure something out. Get your ATIS. Yes, I should get my. Well, let's see if we can get an ATIS. I don't think we're going to be able to get an ATIS. If there was something up on VATSIM, we would be able to actually get an ATIS. Because if you just get the ATIS from in-game, nothing ever shows up for these airports. I'm also going to get the weather request, because they'll give us the information we need to. Won't tell us the runways, but it'll tell us the weather. What? Oh. Here. There's company message received. Old Man Shaggy, PC has so many features, Xbox doesn't, but the game is a PC game and ported to Xbox. Yeah, I mean, they just wanted to make some more money. I think if you're really serious about simulation, doing a flight simulation, or get a PC, do it right. Do it right, because, I mean, Xbox is a video game system. It's meant to, you're able to plug a video game in and play it with a controller. That's the whole point of video game systems. PC gaming, the concept of PC gaming is that you're going to bring in and get a $100 joystick or $300 joystick and pedals and rudders and yokes and whatever else for whatever specific game you're really into. And then in the age of the internet, you're going to mod the crap out of it with all the mods that are available. And yes, the Xbox is becoming, is obviously more connected to the internet than ever before. Not like in the old days. I mean, we weren't doing that with like the old Sega or whatever. We got a plane sighting. He's not on VATSIM, so don't worry. I'm sure the in-game ATC right now is telling me, hey, do you have this plane in sight? I do. I have that plane in sight. I don't know what it is. I don't want to be cool to like kind of jump up there and see it, but we'll let it go fly over. Where'd he go? They're right above us? No. Oh, there he is. He's behind us. Oh, yeah, we were flying. Duh, we're flying one way. He's flying across us. He's going to end up behind us eventually, right? There we go. So we've kind of gotten out of the snow. What are we flying over right now? What bodies of water? We're flying over... Just went past the Karakaya Reservoir on our right. And it looks like we're coming up on... What is this called? Give me a name. Come on. Yeah, man. The Euphrates. Alright. And the Ataturk Reservoir. That's going to be right over there. So that's the Euphrates and the Ataturk Reservoir. Go back into our seat. Good look. Actually, they're below us. Oh, that for a camera view. Right out the bottom of the plane. Alright, Cecilia's nearly at the Turkish-Syrian border. She's flying the same flight as us, but in infinite flight, which I believe is a mobile app, right? Let's see. So you were saying the Turkish-Syrian border. Yeah, we got a little ways to go. That's going to be when we get to waypoint Tango Uniform Sierra Yankee Romeo Tusir. Oh, Tusir, like Turkey, Syria. Now I get it. Captain Hawk Gaming, do you pay for the overlay in blue with heading, flight number, etc.? Well, all the blue is my own thing. So like, it's basically an underlay. Everything's an underlay, really. So all the little latest tip, latest stuff, I made all that with my channels and socials. And then like the Wizz Air logo, I put that on there. The flags for the countries and the airport information, that's all mine. And then all the flight information overlay. So everything that has like the little pink, like heading, tracking, altitude, vertical speed, departure, arrival, distance to go, the little plane flying around. That's all from Bene Overlay. And you can get Bene Overlay. There's a link below. Oh, well, yeah, Captain Hawk Agman. Yeah, there is. I actually just did this. There is a section in my About page with links to all of these mods and add-ons. I think you should be able to get that while watching the video. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how Twitch works 100% yet, but it is in one of my panels down there. I need to figure out a good way to set up a command where you can get it, but the command I have is, I think it's mod links, so if you do ! mod links, but it'll kind of just give you this mashup of a bunch of things. I don't think I have the link for it in there either. It's just Bene Overlay. Search Bene Overlay and you'll be able to find that. And you can customize it. You can change the font, change the colors, change where you want to put things, which ones you want to show. Put them wherever you want. Arrange them however you want. Cecilia Urita. Cecilia. Cecilia. Right. Blue 89. Hopefully PMDG/FlyByWire comes to Xbox soon. That would be good. Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to PMDG getting into the flight simulator world. I would love to get the 737, but at the same time, it's like I'd rather get a plane that's different than what, you know, the A320 and the 737 are basically the same. Like, they fill the same kind of market. So I'd like to get maybe a 7, like a 777. Be cool to get something else, a different size variant. Even though I flew the 737 on Zebo's mod in X-Plane all the time, so it'd be cool to get back into that. And to fly the PMDG version, which is usually pretty close to study level. Well, we got a neck-and-neck race of viewers on YouTube and Twitch, 8 on both. Who's gonna win the race here? Who's gonna get to 10 first again? All right, Captain Hawk Gaming. Do you use SimTool Kit Pro? I was trying to use it the last few days, and I like some of the features. I like that you can find like real fly, but it's kind of finicky. I can't figure out how to. Again, I have an issue with the air rack cycle. If for some reason it's like, oh, this flight plan on SimBrief was made with an air rack cycle. It's not the same as in this older air rack cycle is into a Pro, and I'm like, what's going on? But I do like being able to like look up real life flights. That was something that I used to use a Project Fly, and that's something they had too. But I use Volanta now. Volanta is just very easy to. I don't use the paid version of Volanta, which has more features like the real life flights and stuff. But I like Volanta because you can just start a flight and do it, and it just tracks it. You don't have to dispatch or anything. Because when I Sim Toolkit, I just can't get a good flow yet, and I have to use it more. I did use it a little bit when I was trying to go for something else from Project Fly to see, but I use Volanta. I just manually go to SimBrief and create a flight plan. I use Navigraphs for my charts. PackX for my passengers right now. Cecilia's in Syria right now on her flight. Same flight as us, Patorek. Recently I tested the Microsoft Flight Simulator Crack and was able to play the deluxe version online. I would not suggest that. I'm not going to condone playing cracked games. I know we've all done it though at some point. Well, maybe we haven't all done it, but a lot of people have at some point. But you shouldn't. You shouldn't. You shouldn't. You should pay for products. Actually, I'm fine with I'm fine with like get a cracked version, play it a little bit, and then buy the game. Try it out. I think you should be able to try a game out for a decent chunk of time to see if it works. Of course, getting a cracked version of a game, you're not getting the actual. You're gonna get buggy things sometimes too, so it's not always a perfect representation. Flight Simulator I think Flight Simulator has better optimization than X-Plane 11. Yeah, definitely. I mean, just look at the graphics in Flight Simulator. Look at the frame rate. If I went into X-Plane and I had graphics looking like this, which they don't, I'd have to have a ton of scenery packs and stuff, and that would drag the frame rate even further down. I was getting, again, this was on my old CPU. I've upgraded it since, but I was getting 20 frames per second, and if I would hit a major airport, it'd be like 10, 15, with a lot of scenery. Big thing with X-Plane is that a lot of that, they need to work on the optimization, and a lot of it's because they have that flight model is so robust. It's not like Flight Simulator or even Prepared 3D, where they use a different way of doing it. Like X-Plane, it's making all these real-time calculations. That's what's really dragging it down. And you need to optimize that. The Flight Simulator is better optimized, but I think there's a lot of nasty bugs in Flight Simulator and just really annoying things that can happen, including like if I move, sometimes I'll lose my mouse cursor, and then I have to recenter, move up, lost it again, recenter. It's just annoying, especially when you're trying to land and you're trying to just hit that one button. Cecilia Eurita can kind of see. It looks like you're wearing a interesting dress. Sasha Broom, read messages. I'm working on it. Captain Hog Gaming, if you don't use already, I'd recommend using Wind Sailor. Which is Wind Sailor. Let me throw it in my browser so that I remember to take a look at that. Wind Sailor. Alejandro Figueroa Lopez, hello! Sorry I didn't get to you earlier. Welcome back to the stream, Alejandro. Captain Hawk Gaming, I have got it, thank you. Mod links, okay. Okay, there are links for it. Yeah, I don't have a link for Betting Overlay though, but those are all the ones I'm using. I'm gonna try to post every single thing I'm using, like even the sceneries, but I tend to just put in these major ones: the livery, the plane, Alpha D group, this 4-season pack. And sometimes I can't remember which sceneries I do have. But everything I use is, if it's a mod, most of the time, with the exception of the 4-season pack and Pack X, everything else, and Navigraphs, everything else is absolutely free from flightsim.to. Old Man Shaggy, listen to the Simon and Garfunkel song Cecilia, and it makes the name sound easy. Yep, Cecilia. I was getting confused because she put it out phonetically. I was saying Cecilia, wasn't I? But then when I tried to read it phonetically, I was getting tripped up. Dixon. Hi, dude. Have a good game. Thank you very much. Welcome to the stream. Captain Hawk Gaming. I'm developing a program at the moment for streamers where you can copy and paste all the flight details from and to airport flight number, gate stand, runway call sign into your Facebook post. That'd be cool. That'd be cool. Touch the clouds. I'm enjoying flying regional flights and turboprops and small jet, etc. at the moment. That I enjoy doing that too. I think that's gonna be the next. That's either gonna be the next thing I do after finishing this world tour, or it's gonna be something I start doing. I kind of wanted to start doing that. I've been doing that a little bit off and on. I kind of want to just fly all the like CRJ flights for like SkyWest or Air Wisconsin in the United States. Because then you get to fly into all these smaller regional airports, and it's a smaller plane. Different places that usually people don't fly to, obviously on a lot of these streams, because we usually fly into these bigger airports. I used to fly large jets mostly, but it's far more fun seeing the scenery and more hands-on flying. Yep. Gotta swallow. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out, kind of set like what I want to do for like a schedule. Once I get into the new job and that kind of gets settled in on the schedule there, you know, probably set up one day every week where we do VFR flying, more low level, low and slow, and possibly do, you know, group flights together. That'd be pretty fun. And I kind of want to just fly across the United States like that, or heck, even if we could do a world tour. But it'd probably just be flying across the United States to start, and then eventually you could go into Canada or Mexico or something. And then another day probably do like the CRJs, because I like to fly the CRJs a lot more. And every time I can in the world tour, I do. If it's a smaller plane like the ATR-72, I'll substitute it with the CRJ because I don't have the ATR-72. There's no, like, even the free mod is ported over from Flight Simulator X, and I think it uses like the Beechcraft Baron cockpit, and every time I try to use it now, it doesn't work. So why waste a perfectly good flight when I could just fly it with the CRJ? If I can find the right livery, I try to do that. There's a number of flights where I would have been able to do that, but I just didn't have the CRJ livery though available. Old Man Shaggy, I love small props being down in the valleys and mountains. Yeah, that's what I did. I did that like a stream earlier this week. I flew from Van Nuys in Los Angeles up to Big Bear Lake, and I kind of weaved through the mountains just north of like the San Bernardino Valley. That was really fun. I did in the X Cub, just kind of weaving through there, trying to find that path, hoping that I turn the next valley. I'm not just going to slam into a mountain. It's going to go somewhere. Yep, Cecilia, I saw the previous comment. Captain Hawk Gaming, I've just started using FS Realistic, a great program to use. Yeah, I've looked at it. I haven't picked it up yet, but I've kind of looked at it and said, is this something I want to get? Because I bought FS to Crew Command Center for it so that like you can kind of have a virtual co-pilot in the A320, but I haven't used it a ton, and I didn't. When I tried to use it, it was kind of like, okay, this is a little. It seems like it actually creates more work for me than solve some of the workflow issues as a single pilot in a two-pilot cockpit. So I'm a little shy about spending money on something again, and then finding that I'm not going to use it. I'm just going to be like, why do I have this? I've heard good things about FS Realistic. Looks like there's lots of options. Yeah, oh, okay, yeah, you're kind of, yeah, there's not enough time to do it all. FS Realistic is easy. Well, I'll have to take another look at it. Well, that's why I'm envious of the guys, like, I'm envious of the full-time streamers. The guys, they're flying every day. They're always looking for a flight to do, because they can do it all. They can do these, you know, one day they can do a world tour, you know, airliner, and the next day they can do a nice weaving through the mountains in an X Cub or something, and next they can do a CRJ regional flight in a turboprop or a regional jet. Yeah, that's something I'm really looking forward. Well, I'm looking forward to a Zobo's ATR-72, but at the same time I'm a little like, ugh, do I want to pay for a plane for a Zobo? Because I already paid for a bunch of planes from a Zobo when I bought this simulator, and they're all kind of half finished. So I'm not too excited about the quality of the ATR-72 they're going to be bringing out. I'd be very excited if they were just going to release it as an update, just add it into the sim. Like, here's another plane for you. Oh, thank you. Don't mind if I do. Alright, did I get a text message? No. Cecilia, it's me in my Chilean traditional dress while at a party in my home of Easter Isle. Easter Isle? Not Easter Island, but like Easter Isle, yeah. Different, would be a different place. Yeah, I could tell that dress looks very, nice traditional, would you call it Hispanic? Or is it, you know, Latin American? Well, not Latin American. I don't know what the proper terminology is. Chilean. It's all Chilean traditional dress. I always think it's like, it's easier to just use the nationality. I remember the whole big controversy a few years ago, it probably still goes on, where it's like, suddenly, you weren't supposed to call people from India Indians. You should use the term South Asian. And I'm thinking to myself, it's like, but they're from India. Why don't we just call them Indians? And if someone's from China, you call them Chinese. And if they're from Japan, you call them Japanese, right? I suppose if you're trying to lump like a certain group of people, a larger group be out in the country borders, yeah, I suppose South Asian can work. Oh well, what are you gonna do on that? Here we got this interesting camera view that I set up. Quilpue. Where's Quilpue? Alejandro, where is that? Every time you type that city name, it reminds me of my friend who's also a streamer on here, from my friend from elementary school. Her her streamer name is Quilpy. So it doesn't have the U. It just has the, it's just Quill and then PE. Quilpy. I think I like this camera view because I can see in the cockpit. That's what's really cool about if you set up your cameras from the internal view, but then you stick a camera kind of outside the plane, is you can actually see in the cockpit and you'll be able to see all the screens actually correct. But I think if you go into... It might actually work in this mode too, but it's a little harder because the drone likes to bounce around. Because it kind of stays in place while the plane bounces. Don't think... Ugh. That kind of made me sick a little bit. Whoa. I guess you can kind of... I mean, I guess the benefit of this camera is you get to see the camera, or the pilot models, I suppose. Why is my translate speed so high, though? Possible. Cueca is the name of national dance here in Chile. Quilpé is in mainland Chile. Oh, so you guys are both from Chile. Cool. Easter Island is my home. So it's like Easter Island, like with the big, is that the same Easter Island as the one with the big giant statues, head statues? Datiki, are we close? Yeah, we are. Actually, get back in the plane. I'm sure my plane is telling me you need to enter the destination data. So let's look at the ATIS. Nothing for the ATIS, as I thought. Meet our data, let's print it out, and we gotta go to the performance page. Print. Oh, I guess if you hit print twice, you don't even have to go over to the printer and pick it up. Alright, there we go. I got two pieces of paper sitting there. I can switch pages, but they're the same. Well, it's not giving me the message that I have to do it. We're 27 minutes out. Coming up on Alpha Lima Echo. Let me check my flight plan. When our top of descent is. Where is it? All right, top of descent, according to the flight plan, is going to be. We're going to be in Nicosia flight space by then. We still got quite a ways to go. Coming up on Bravo Alpha November. Our next waypoint. Alright, so that's Anayas. We just passed, so we were just over Aleppo actually. That's right below us is Aleppo, Syria. Alright, we gotta follow. Can't read your name out. Usama Ba'ala 10. Thank you for the follow on Twitch. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the Baby Flake Crew, or whatever we're gonna call ourselves. Oh, there's Aleppo. I think Aleppo's the largest city in Syria. I always want to say it's Damascus, though. Looks beautiful from this height. Untouched by all the horrible stuff going on in that country for the last few years. Can't see the scars from this level. But yeah, Tatiki, we are 27 minutes out. We're gonna be coming up on Bravo Alpha November, which is Banayas, Syria. Blue 89, I need the plane to behave how it should, so a study level is good. The default ones are fine, but too buggy, kind of unpredictable. Yeah, exactly. I mean, the whole point of a simulator is you kind of want to fly the actual plane. You don't want to be flying a weird thing that looks like the plane but doesn't fly at all like the plane. And So let's see. Osama Baalal 0. Hello, welcome. Yes, welcome to the stream. I'm butchering the name probably. Just let me know what you want to be called. Everyone else can just say at your name, which is lucky for them. I have to try to pronounce some of these names. Alright, getting a little. I hope we don't get too much of a frame glitch here. Alright, so we're coming up on ban. And then we have a couple of waypoints on the Airway Romeo 785. We're going to have Delta and Nikas. Then we're going to enter into Nicosia's control area. Then we'll be on the Airway Mike 978 for a couple waypoints. And after the waypoint Rudder, Romeo Uniform Delta Echo Romeo, we're going to start, that'll be our top of descent at some point after that. So we got a little time. We're going to go in here, go into the flight computer. We're going to put in our information. So let's get over here. We're going to Lima, Charlie Lima, Kilo. Wind is 330 knots at, or 330 degrees at 13 knots, or 13 knots at 330 degrees. Broken clouds at 7,000 feet. Temperature is 11, so a little bit warmer than where we left, where it was -3. UNH 1010. Transition altitude, not sure if that's right, 11,000. Could be. $9,000 is the transition. And that's all we're going to put in there for now. Natiki, thanks for the subscription on YouTube. Thank you very much. Yeah, we crossed 700 subscribers yesterday, I believe, and the goal now is to get to 1,000 on YouTube and 4,000 watch hours over there on YouTube, and then we can do all that fun monetization stuff over there. I got the Twitch email yesterday for affiliate status, which again, big shout out to the Flying Fabio. He had a huge raid a couple days ago with 263 raiders. That really kind of put the channel on the map a little bit over on Twitch. It's been so fun the last few days. So actually having people viewing over on Twitch, in addition to YouTube. YouTube we've been doing pretty good lately too. It's kind of, if you put in, if you regularly stream, you're gonna get people watching and do something good. Let's see. That's a long adventure, Datiki. Cecilia, I am over the Eastern Mediterranean Sea towards Cyprus. Cecilia's flying the same flight as we are on the stream. She's flying an Infinite Flight, which is, I believe, a mobile app. So she's probably on her phone or iPad or whatever she's doing it on. It feels I'm really in the plane. Yes, it does. I mean, pretty much. Here, we'll give you a seat. There you go. Sama, where are you airlines? What you mean, what airline are we? We are Wizz Air. You can see that on the overlay. But I'll give you an outside look at it too. There it is, Wizz Air. Where are we? And maybe you're asking where are we? We were just over Aleppo, Syria. Let me pull up. I can actually pull up for you a little map if you're interested where we're at. There we are. So down just below us is Idlib. We were out in from Armenia, Turkey, over Syria to Cyprus. There's our estimated top of descent. My flight plan has top of descent over here, so I think it's because I can actually set things like target descent rate. Very confusing. I think 1 minute, but that's not 1 minute. I don't know. little thing that they added on Volanta. Put that away. Paderek, Larnaca, Tunis maybe? Nah, I already flew to Tunis. Already did. We're gonna be flying Larnaca to Athens. So it's gonna be the next flight on Aegean Airlines. We do have a nice safety video for that airline, featuring NBA champion from the Milwaukee Bucks, my hometown NBA team, 2020 NBA champion Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's featured in that airline video because he is from Greece. Him and his brothers. I think Thanos is also on the Bucks, and another of his brothers is now on the Lakers. I think they were all on the Bucks at one point during the last NBA season, and then one of them ended up. I think God ended up over on the Lakers now. Before they won the championship, so he didn't get to win the NBA Finals with Giannis and Thanos. But that's where we're gonna be flying next. Is for flight 91 is gonna be Larnaca, Cyprus to Athens, Greece. A320, Aegean Airlines. Originally, I was planning to do it in Olympic Airlines, but then I found out that Olympic Airlines is actually owned by Aegean, and I just like the Aegean paint scheme a little bit better than Olympic. Old man Shaggy 34, touch the clouds. Would you try that gliding that Fabio did the other day? Oh man. Yeah, every time I remember when you guys came in and raided a couple days ago, I was trying to think. I couldn't even remember who Flying Fabio was. I was like, I feel like I've seen him before. I've heard that name before. I've seen the name before. And then when I went and checked out his channel, I was like, oh, I was watching some of him do this gliding thing, and I for sure thought that gliding thing was in Flight Simulator, and it was just you could get a glider in Flight Simulator. And I know in X-Plane there's gliders. There was the thermal gliders. That was a big thing. Yeah, I was sitting there, yesterday I think I was sitting there watching that gliding and just like, I don't understand what's going on. It looks fun. Yep, it would stress me out. It would definitely stress me out too much. I get stressed out enough just trying to, a smaller plane, keep it going. I'd love to try it, but yeah, I'd crash too quickly and get stressed as well. Datiki, thanks. Are we in the middle of the ocean? No, we're not. We're over Syria still. We're just about to get to the Mediterranean. You can see it in front of us. Do we still have fuel? We do. Let's do a fuel check. Plenty of fuel. 6,060 kilograms. Let's do our fuel well, I don't know why it's not showing me there. It should be showing estimated fuel on board. But we can go to fuel prediction page. Did we not? No, we didn't do the zero fuel weight. We forgot to do the init page too when we did our quick resetup. So that's why the fuel prediction page not working. And I don't know if it's gonna work now. I can put all this stuff in. Well, we'll have enough fuel. We will have enough fuel. We'll have plenty of fuel, unless we have to make an excessive diversion. Paderek, nope. Athens. After Athens, we're going to be flying to, I believe, Kiev. We're going to be flying up to Ukraine. And then from the Ukraine, Kiev, we're going to fly to Tbilisi, Georgia. And then from Tbilisi, we're going to be flying over to Vienna. I don't even have a flight to Paris planned yet on the World Tour. We're going to, my last planned flight, I think, is from the Isle of Man to Edinburgh in Scotland. And before that, we're going to hit, let's see, Austria. We're going to Austria, then up to Lithuania. Lithuania to... Oh, where do we go from Lithuania? I think Lithuania to Denmark. No, Lithuania. I think Lithuania to Finland. Or no, Lithuania to Poland. Poland to Finland. Finland to Denmark. Denmark to the Netherlands. Netherlands to Luxembourg. Luxembourg out to, I think, Croatia. Then Croatia to Serbia, and I think Serbia back out to Geneva, and then Geneva I'm going up to the UK, and then I'm going to fly to Jersey, Guernsey, Isle of Man, and then back into the UK. And that's as far as I've gotten planned. And I have that all in the top of my head because I've been taking screenshots to make the thumbnails for all the YouTube streams. And I'm trying to get out ahead because I was out ahead a little bit, and then I've been doing 2 streams a day for the last week, kind of eating into my pre-made stuff. Making sure I got my overlays ready, making sure I got the airline overlays ready. All the little things. Old man Shaggy loves watching hockey, but my old eyes can't see the puck, so I wait for the punch-ups instead. Yeah, the sim is called Condor. That's the one that he's doing the gliding in, Fabio, Flying Fabio over on Twitch. I thought for sure it was, when I was watching, I was like, oh, this looks like Microsoft Flight Simulator, because, it's, you know, the scenery. But then I was a little confused when I looked at the game title or whatever below, and it wasn't saying Flight Simulator. I'm like, okay. I was thinking this competition. It's like, oh, okay, there's some competition you can do. How you'd set that up, because I know they have the Reno air races or whatever, however that works, but... Sealy, after I park in Larnaca, now you're spelling it. You're spelling it the way I've been saying it, Larnaca. It's Larnaca. Larnaca. I will be doing another flight, and it's Sierra Charlie India Papa to Sierra Charlie Echo Lima as LATAM Boeing 777. I remember getting the LATAM. I think I got the LATAM livery a while back because I was thinking of doing a South American flight. I think I was going to jump on VATSIM to do it. I never did. Every time I go through my liveries, I also have an Air Jamaica because there was an event on VATSIM going from Houston to Jamaica. And most people were flying probably United or Air Caribbean. Because Air Jamaica doesn't exist anymore, but I saw the Air Jamaica livery. I'm like, oh, I gotta fly that. I gotta be the guy that's doing the one that's not, you know, just the common real life flight. What is Sierra Charlie Echo Lima? Well, you're welcome, Patarek. Yep. Yeah, we're gonna be flying. Most of the flights I've been finding. Most of the flights, and I'm hoping most of the flights are this, because once I get back, if I'm doing the streams during the week after work, I'm 12-hour shift, and then I have to get up the next day or, you know, the next evening. I don't want to have like a 3-4 hour live stream, so it's like if I can get a good hour flight in there, that's about an hour and a half, hour 45-minute live stream hopefully. So a lot of the flights in Europe are going to be around an hour. There is one that's I think Serbia to Austria is like a couple hours. There's a longer one in there. Well, that hopefully I can line up and end up on a Saturday or Sunday. I like how we're in the flight phase descent. I didn't even tell it to descend though yet. Alright, let's descend. Let's begin our descent. And let me see. Let's get with the real, or not the real ATC, but let's get with the in-game ATC, see what they're gonna, kind of goofiness they're gonna give us.
Nicosia Center WIZZ 1123 is tagged Airbus A20 entry 7 miles southwest of Latakia flight level 365.
Touch the clouds. Actual real-life pro glider pilots fly in it. That's cool. Yeah, it's. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, I mentioned it years ago. Oh, I remember mentioning it big time. It was this past year when NASCAR was, you know, because of the pandemic, NASCAR was actually going on iRacing and doing their racing on iRacing. And I'm like, hey, that's what I race on. That's the thing I've been racing. I told my parents that, and they're like, this is so crazy. This is what you were doing. I'm like, yeah, there's real guys on there all the time. It's the same with these flight simulators. You have real ATC guys on VATSIM. You have real pilots who do it. And then, yeah, with the glider, it's like, well, of course. If it's a good simulator, why wouldn't they when they're downtime? Alright, so we're gonna try to see what what are we going? Really? Can't get any other airports? No, alright. Alright, we're gonna get down. We're descending at a decent clip here, too.
Thunder 1853, please expedite your descent, flight level 250. Golf Air 9041, please expedite your descent, flight level 300.
Alright, I'm going for 3,000 feet. Well, I'm gonna go for 10,000 initially, see where we're at.
Golf Air 9041, descend and maintain flight level 200.
Cecilia, Sierra Charlie Echo Lima is Santiago de Chile, and Sierra Charlie India Papa is Hangaro de Isla de Ascuya. Now I think here in Quilpue we need an airport in order to join the game. Oh, what annoys me is that, like, flight simulators, like, we got all the airports in the world. We have all these airports. It's like they're missing Hangzhou International Airport, which is it's an international airport in Hangzhou, China, where I lived. And I flew in there a number of times. We flew out of there and went to Thailand. I flew in there. I would fly in there from Beijing. When I would fly from America, I'd fly. When I originally, like, some of my first flights, I took by Asiana. I would take Asiana Airlines. We'd stop in Seoul. Then we'd take, I don't know if I took another flight, we'd go to Beijing, then I'd take another flight to go Hangzhou. And that was a pain in the butt. But eventually I was just doing direct between Shanghai and Chicago, but, you know, it's an international airport. It's not in the sim. It's not in the sim. So it's kind of funny because you'll have like these little grass strips. They'll have those modeled, and then it's like you're missing full-on international airports in some of these countries. It's crazy. Old Man Shaky, I did a night flight before joining stream earlier from Birmingham to Fumilcio, I don't know, that's an Italian city, and it was lovely, snowy mountains and a full moon. Yeah, those the night flights when there's a moon out are fine. I think that was the flight we did. Yeah, did we do that? Did we have we had a decent moon when we flew from Istanbul down to Tel Aviv, I think, a few streams ago. Yeah, we did it live time, and I think there was a decent moon. It wasn't full, but there was enough light. When it's just a completely dark night, it's no fun. Like, you don't get to see anything. I mean, the lights, I love the lights coming in on approach and, you know, departure, but the rest of the flight, you're not seeing anything. Let me see, no. I don't know why I can't say that one. Alright, I'm going to throw in here what I've got on my flight plan for VUR DME Zulu runway 4. the?
Gulf Air 941, you are 11 miles southeast. Descend and maintain 12,000 feet. Expect vectors visual runway 0 for approach.
Yeah, so they are doing.
941, descend and maintain
Yeah, we already getting 0-4.
941, descend and maintain 2,000 feet.
The Amako.
Gulf Air 941,
Sir?
descend and maintain 2,000 feet.
I think we need to take out. Yeah, we're gonna need to. I think we need to take out Bonic. We just go right direct there.
2,000 feet. Expect vectors visual runway 0 for approach. Gulf Air 941.
Don't need Bonic. We need Sobos. Yeah, we go Sobos, and then we'll go to. Well, we can actually go to Mako. So we'll get rid of Sobos also. Alright, so Mako, we need to be at 4,000 feet. Let me pull up the flight, or pull up what I'm looking at in Navigraphs. We're going to be doing this DME. So basically, we're going to come in, and we're going to get rid of Bonic here. Get rid of Sabos. Okay, so Rudder, and then we're going to come over, get to a Mako. At a Mako, we need to be 4,000 feet. We're going to come in towards the VOR. 12 miles out, we're going to keep a 12-mile arc. And then come in for our final on course 42. This is all on the VOR, Larnaca VOR, 112.8. Let's go to our radio nav page. 112.8. Lash Air, thank you for the follow on Twitch. Welcome to the stream. Just in time for the landing. Hopefully you don't have to go around. Still pretty far up here. We're going for 4,000 feet. I think 15 miles. I think we should be able to make it. We're gonna have a little trouble as we slow down. I'm gonna pull out the spoilers a little bit, or all the way. Why hold back? Ground pressure, remember, was 1010. In front of us, we can see Cyprus coming into view. That little nub at the east side of the island. Actually, I want to look at that. Trade and landing, our decision altitude and our minimum decision altitude is 420 feet. I think. Is that how it works? Decision altitude is 420. I'll probably fail my check ride here. I get confused by this. Right, 420. There's a difference between decision altitude and minimum decision altitude, or minimum, yeah, decision altitude. You can't go below the minimum, but you can go below the minimum if it's just a decision altitude. You can kind of go down and then come back up. Alright, landing lights on. Go back to ground pressure, which is 110 or 1010. We're at 250. We're looking good. We don't have ILS. We got the VOR course. VOR course is, what was it, 42 degrees. We're on the VOR. Performance page. Approach our minimum 420 feet.
Jordanian 127, please expedite your climb flight level 320. Jet 252, please expedite your climb flight level 200.
Cecilia's landed. All right, well, we'll be landing pretty soon. Thanks to everyone watching on Twitch. Got a decent little showing there. YouTube doing pretty good too. Thank you everyone for showing up. Been a ton of support in the last few days. Thank you very much. I get to fly these flights. I'm going to be flying these flights either way, and having people to talk to about flying and whatever else is always fun. As we go forward, I'm going to be asking you guys, we'll put up some polls and stuff like, what other games would you like to see? What other types of games or simulators, or and maybe I'll have suggestions also, because I'm not going to go out and buy every game. But like, you know, would you be interested in me playing some old Star Wars games? That's something I kind of want to do, or you know, having a random game night once a week or whatever it is, or just stick with flying the flight simulator. I'm cool with that, at least for the streams. Louis 89 night flight crossing Switzerland's snowy mountains is pretty cool. Yeah, we've got snowy mountains everywhere, and as I've been taking screenshots at a lot of the places we're going to be going to, there's been a lot of snow. Alright, we're already at 4,000 feet, so we're definitely don't even need the speed brakes anymore. Alright, so our missed approach, we're going to climb straight ahead on our landing course, which is 42 degrees, to DME, or D3.0, that's 3.0 out from the VOR. Then we're going to turn right, maximum speed at 185 knots, establish on the radial, 103 degree radial of the VOR. We're going to climb to 2,000 feet to a Mako and hold and contact ATC. If we have to do that, we'll just do the same course that we're doing right now, hopefully. Probably have to do it manually, because I don't know how to get stuff back in input. Alright. Do we have a max? Yes, we actually have a max speed of 210 knots once we get to basically the arc, so we're going to start slowing down here. 210 knots. And we're going to descend to 3,000. Why am I seeing 2,000? Oh, okay, yeah, because we need to be at 2,000 feet once we're at that final turn for 42 degrees, 12 miles out from the VOR. So we're going to descend to 3,000 and then to 2,000 on various radials. So actually, I could put in the different radials and keep changing them. Or I could actually, we should actually program another one, 112.8. But this one, we're going to have the radial 103 degrees. I think that's the one I want. I think you want to put 103. I might have to put it. might have to put the opposite, but could be wrong. Okay, we're actually within. Ah, that's not what I wanted. Decided to glitch on me just as I fixed it. Alright, full stop landing.
Larnaca Tower WIZZ 1123 is one.
Hopefully we don't have another plane landing at the same time as us. Fly left traffic runway 04. We're just gonna fly the course that we're doing.
Make left traffic runway 04 WIZZ 1123.
We'll descend to 3,000 feet. Oh, test your fear, play some horrors. I don't have any horror games, but I'll have to, like one of my friends, she streams and she plays a lot of those smaller games that cost maybe $10 and are not as graphically intense as something like this. So maybe we can look at something in the future like that. Bus sim. I don't know if I want to do bus sim. Well, maybe. I have to look into it. I have Truck Simulator, so I'll probably get back into doing that at some point. I just have to get everything set up for it and figure out how to effectively do the stream. Because the great thing with Microsoft Flight Simulator is that I can just go. I have two screens right now. I can go from my main screen, which is what you're watching, Are you guys not able to see my cursor? Have you not been able to see my cursor the whole time? Oh no, you can see it right there. Oh, there it is. Why weren't you able to see it before? I guess I have to re-click on the actual program. But I can slide and I go all the way right over to my other screen, so then I can look at the chat and scroll and all that. But when I'm in American Truck Simulator, to get to the other screen, I actually have to Alt-Tab, and then once I go to the other screen, it goes out of American Truck Simulator, and obviously it's a little harder to do the whole chat thing. I don't know how I'm gonna do that. You know, if I can. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do to do that. I'm gonna have to ask someone who does American Truck Simulator as a stream. 'Cause I want to be able to see the chat and everything. Maybe put it on my phone. I don't know. It's a little bit more work because you're actually driving, whereas the plane most of the time I'm on autopilot. Okay, so we should. Okay, I didn't actually select the VOR DME. It didn't actually do the DME. It just kind of flew straight in. We should be 12 miles out and do kind of like an arc, like right out here. Nice smooth arc, but I guess that wasn't in the flight computer to do. Alright, performance. We're gonna have that approach phase. Approach speed is gonna be 121. Once we get to, let's see, so we're cutting this whole thing off now. We're way closer than we should be. But at 6.9 miles out, that's where we begin our descent. So we should be okay still. We're really close. So we're gonna slow down. 185 max. I'm gonna get really slow. Flaps 1. Yeah, see, that's the problem, is that they're clearing other. Alright. Calm down. Where am I? Patarek is betting 140 feet per minute for the landing rate. Yeah, I need to figure out how to do that where you guys can you know, put in your things and whoever's closest. I don't know how to do that though. Little things that I see other streamers do with the landing. Really cool. So Patarek has 140 feet per minute on the landing rate. Prayer War is called the Wild Hunting Game, best hunting game. Alright. It is so realistic. I thought we were stalling. Yeah. I put out the flaps a little too early with the speed. But I'm putting them out because we're actually going to be shorter than we should be at 12 miles out and then make the turn. By the time we get in here, we're already going to have to be descending almost on the turn. So, a little irritated the way the flight computer set it up. We got another plane out there. And then where the heck is Gulf Air? Because I'm sure we're gonna make the turn and he's gonna like be right in front of us again. So that's why usually I post, or when I put in the I put in the final on the Microsoft Flight Simulator flight plan. Because that way, the ATC knows what the heck you're trying to do.
Flight attendants, please prepare for landing.
Otherwise, it just becomes a VFR flight. And it's stupid. Alright, let's get down to a little slower. And basically, right when we get out of this turn, we're going to have to start our descent. We're going to go flaps 3. We're going to go full flaps. Oh, I never had time to show off like the custom emotes I'm working on for Twitch. Kind of got distracted by a lot of other things. Not distracted, we just talked about a lot of other things. Well, we'll save it for the next flight tomorrow. Alright, landing gear down.
Gulf Air 941, go around.
I think I just cut in front of Gulf Air. Let's see. Should be able to see him. Huh? Okay, approach speed.
Gulf Air 941, acknowledge last transmission.
121. We actually need to begin our descent.
Gulf Air 941, please acknowledge.
What happened to Gulf Air? Got the runway in sight.
Gulf Air 941, acknowledge last transmission.
What happened to Gulf Air?
WICZ 11231 at 20. Clear to land runway 04.
Clear to land runway 04 WICZ 1123.
Alright, we're gonna fly this in by hand. Get over here a little bit more. This is our VOR.
Gulf Air 941, contact Larnaca, approach on 130.2.
1000.
Good day. .2 Gulf Air 941.
You can see the kind of the winter trees, winter fall trees here in the northern hemisphere from Bajan Habashi's 4-season pack on our approach.
500.
Really makes it feel like
100 above.
this time of year.
400. Minimum. 300.
We've got 12 knot winds here. Grabbing maybe a little bit, not too much.
200.
Make sure we stay centered.
$100.
Not to the right a little bit too far.
50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. 10. 5.
Stay on the center line would be nice. Thank you, Captain Hawk Gaming. Yeah, I've definitely gotten a lot better at my landings then. But that's what happens when you're, I don't know, this is 200 something flights in between X-Plane and
WICZ 112, turn next taxiway.
between X-Plane and Flight Simulator. Just on this world tour thing.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached our destination.
Not to mention any other flights I've done.
12,
I used to pile them into the ground. Sometimes I'd crash, like an X-Plane, I'd go 5,000 feet per minute right into the ground.
Please remain seated until the aircraft has come to a nose.
Going to 119er, decimal 4 WICZ 1123.
When opening the overhead bin, these items may have
Go on.
to be during the flight. If this is your final destination, thank you for flying with us, and we hope to see you again.
Larnaca ground WICZ 112 taxi to the gate.
Bluebird. Never heard of them. Bluebird Nordic, is that what it is?
Taxi Taxiway Alpha. Bravo is 1123.
Let's see, what do we got here? Taxi to... What was it? Wow. Look at all these viewers in here. Thanks for joining in. Let's see. Old Man Shaggy, nice touchdown, ice bird for all. What shall we do with the drunken pilot? What shall we do with the drunken pilot? I'm going to start singing a little bit. Captain Hawk Gaming and I have done over 197 flights with a total of 253 hours. Blue 89, my lands are awful. Practice makes perfect, I suppose. Yep, definitely. Alright, I'm pulling up my map here. What'd they say? Parking... It's probably not accurate at all. Gate 19 using Alpha Bravo. Gate 19. There is a Gate 19, or there is a spark. Actually, there is no parking spot 19 somehow. But it looks like the terminals. Yeah, we want to go to our left. We're gonna take. We're on Bravo. We're actually gonna take Charlie. There is Alpha is actually at the end of the runway, back there. We're going to turn on Charlie. Make sure no one's coming this direction. We're going to turn on the APU. Oh, I forgot that if I'm clicking with the right button on the mouse and moving around, it actually freezes the input, your last input. Now I'm flying, or I'm not flying, you can see my rudder pedals aren't moving because the A32NX actually has a separate tiller now. So I'm actually steering with the Z axis of my Thrustmaster, like this. It's operating as the tiller. My rudder pedals, I'm only using them as the brakes right now. Differential braking if I need it. And then obviously in the air and when we're taking off and landing, using the rudders. So really cool. See the APU coming up, and it's almost available for us to use for our electrical once we're parked. Let's see. Iceberg for all, nice. I've done over 500 flights only with NeoFly. Is NeoFly I thought NeoFly was kind of like a career thing that you add on top of a simulator. Cataract Twitch, wasted landing. Wasted landing? Was I drunk? Well, that's gonna be one of the. I'll have to. I'm gonna pull up some of the. Well. Yeah, I'm gonna pull up some of our. This guy's the wasted one right here. He's spinning in circles. I bet. Alright. We're gonna turn at the next taxiway, which will be Whiskey. Unless this guy's coming out there. In which case we'll go to the next one, Victor. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. He's in our way now. So I would have over 1,000 flights with the sim. Okay. Whoa. Guess the GN's going. So that's what we're going to be flying next time. I don't think we have that same flight paint though. $107,392 nautical miles on my planes. Pretty cool. I'll have to look at what my stats are for the world tour. Yeah, but is NeoFly like is NeoFly something you use in addition to the simulator? You still fly in the simulator, then NeoFly is kind of like a career mode thing. That's what I thought it was. All right, we're gonna park over here. Yeah, freeware. What was the other one? On Air? I think On Air is another one, but that one's a payware. I think I bought it for a month, but I really wanted to do the airliner. Didn't have time to do a career. Why do I feel like the jetways are on the wrong side of the line? Oh, maybe not. We'll park here next to Blue Air. That was who was taking off, it looked like. Another Blue Air. Iceberg for all, even search and rescue with helis. Yeah, that'd be cool. I mean, again, if you haven't, that's like I started doing this world tour thing, and so, and plus of having a real job where I'm over the road trucking all the time. Kinda, I didn't have time to devote to really do a payware add-on. NeoFly again is free, so. All right, parking brake on. Let's call for the jetway. There comes power, catering, baggage, all the good stuff. Get out of my way. We'll turn off the flight directors. APU available and on. Turn off our taxi lights. Turn off our nav. And roll back the engines. And we'll turn off the seatbelt signs and let the passengers deboard. And while the passengers are deboarding, we can kind of take a look at them doing that. Pull it up. Pull up Pack X, see if we recognize any names. They don't look too happy, even though we arrived 52 seconds before our expected arrival. So again, we have Pack X has all these localized names, so you can see the names kind of fit where we're flying. Turkey, Cyprus, Armenia. Lots of yans. Of course, the timing with the diaper change. Every time. Alright, we'll put that away for now. And I'm going to pull over Atlanta, take a look at our flight. So welcome to Larnaca International Airport, review our flight. Why did it change? Why did my plane change? There we go. Oh, standard takeoff and everything. Flew over Aleppo, Banayas, and right into the airport here in Larnaca. Flight time 1 hour 49, landing rate 169 feet per minute, so a little bit more than the guess by Paderek. Landing speed, we're a little slow, 107. Fuel burn 3,500, distance 678. Let's see. Nice trip and landing, thank you. Lots of cool missions with Iceberg for all on a NeoFly Paderek. It's a pity that there are no repetitions or replay. Yeah, I need to learn how to use the replay system in here. It's not as easy as X-Plane. Because, yeah, I would definitely like to show a replay of the approach and everything. I'm not going to try to do it right now. I need to sit down and just figure it out. It is a shame. Alright, Old Man Shaggy, Microsoft Flight Simulator should have a career, fleet play, and multiplayer modes. Yeah, I was surprised they don't just have a built-in career mode. That's why I always thought like was the difference between Flight Simulator and X-Plane. Hello, little baby. Yep, baby's getting changed just off to the left over there. Last year, how do you get iPad to show up on stream with charts? That's just an overlay that I made. I just grabbed a transparent iPad, iPhone thing on Google and threw it on there, and then I put the window capture just behind it. Touch the clouds, few number of followers today, Martin. Good to see. Yeah, 22. We got 22 viewers right now on Twitch, so that's the most I've had. Not just via a raid coming in. So thank you all. Why no replay? Because, well, first of all, I don't even have the replay mode activated. You have to go into developer and do that. And then it's You have to record one way to do it, and then if you want to have different camera views, you have to hit record again some other way. I don't know how to do it. Yeah, if I have flight recorder, but I don't have flight recorder. Is it freeware? I'll have to find it. Last year, oh cool, Navigraph charts. Yep, Navigraph charts. Alright, so let's jump over. Wait, I need to pull this up first. Get our world map. All the flags showing where we've been on this world tour. There it is. You can see we've done all of Africa, a bunch of the Middle East. We still need to do Syria, but here we are in Cyprus. And there's Cyprus. So next time we're going to be flying out of Cyprus to Athens, Greece. $78 78% satisfied passengers. Nice, can't please. Yeah, I don't know why they're only 78% satisfied. We were on time. Captain Hawk Game, and I heard there is a new program called the Sky Park. That's been around for a while, I think. Let's see. Louis89, the community doesn't want it on Flight Simulator, Microsoft Flight Simulator. Don't know why. They're more on do as you please. Sky Park is a living playground within your sim. Indulge your fantasies, traveling the world by air while working on market worldwide contracts. Delta215 had his baby 5 months old in his moving sim on Twitch. See the vid here. Oh, he's got. Oh yeah, Delta215. He's the guy that's got the whole full motion sim, right? Yeah, I just have a baby cam, but it's not set up right now. Baby's right in here anyway, getting changed. There he is. Well, speaking of the baby, they probably hated either entertainment or food. Yeah, speaking of that, I wanted to show some of the custom emotes I've been working on for Twitch once the affiliate stuff goes into effect. Where are they? So there you go, there's one. So you were speaking of the drunk pilot. Well, there's the drunk baby right there after he's been fed. What else we got? Oh, I didn't want to open Photoshop. What are you doing? There we got the So this is when the brain kind of melts, or if you want to throw that around. It's Photoshop open. There we go. There's another fun one. So we got some good ones going. Get some more. Martin's future wingman, yep. And a career mode would be cool, yeah, if they just had it built in. Alright, let me wrap this up. If I don't close the door, all the animals will come in and the dog will start barking. Yep, hello baby. Yep, that's Elishua. And yeah, he's basically become the stream mascot. Alright, so I showed you those emotes. Let's see what else. I want to look. We got some followers still here on Twitch, so let's find someone we can raid, because I don't want to put. Who can? There's only 5 channels I follow that are on right now. Well, if you guys want to watch some more flying, I got a Blue 89. You didn't follow already? All right. Well, thanks for the follow right now. Let's go raid. Well, Let's finish up Pack X first. End this flight. Unexpected departure delay. Okay, I didn't tell them that we were delayed our departure, so they got pissed off about that. Soft landing. But the comments, I'll definitely be recommending you at work, of course. I'm totally telling my friends about this airline. So we're all grumpy, but we're still going to tell our friends to come on this airline. They must not like their friends. Landing rate 167. Yeah, our planned departure was 10:36:47. We took off at 10:55 p.m. These are, I believe these times are Zulu. We obviously took off during the day. I don't know. Alright. Let's close Pack X. Have to go anyway till next time. Alright, touch the clouds. See you next time. Bluey89. LOL, my bad. Creepy Kirk, do you list all of your mods on Discord? They are listed in the panels below the About panels. So there's a link for Discord, YouTube, all that, About Me, all that. So right on the main page where it's all the About section, there is a section where it has all the active mods and links for all of them. Later Clouds. Okay, yep, Creepy Kirk. So check that out. I'm going to set up this raid. Actually, let me do this. Make it easier for me to do stuff. We're gonna go raid 757 Spy. He's playing X-Plane right now. Looks like he's in, I don't know what plane he's in, but start that raid. Thank you, Captain Hawk Gaming. Hope to see you tomorrow. Clipped Wing Pilot maybe to raid. Ooh. Well, I'll have to keep that in mind. You guys, in the future, I already got I'm already clicked on this. But raid now. Alright, I will see you guys around. Next time we'll be streaming probably afternoon, probably 4 o'clock is a good time. Until then, hit the follow if you haven't already. If you're on YouTube, hit the subscribe, like, all that great stuff. Thanks for coming along. And until next time, happy flying and take care.